Dude wakes up fresh from getting backstabbed by his own sis. Checks his phone. 2020. He's traveled 9 years back to D. That's when Shenku 1 dropped and totally broke the internet. Catch some G, and you're stuck in game for real. Your HP? That's your actual lifespan. Game over means dead IRL, but get buff enough, and you keep those powers forever. Spoiler. Earth goes totally nuts fast. Beasts everywhere. Cities crumble. Pure survival of the fittest. Arg Chinfin was basically a god-tier gamer back in the day. Protected his sis, but she and her guy snaked him for the Eye of Judgment literal god mode loot. Respawned right before the madness starts. He's done being nice. Solo leveling time, baby. Picks assassin at the selection screen, and boom, that op eye wakes up. Unlocks a secret class nobody's ever seen. The Shadow? Super edgy. Time to take these new cheats for a test drive. Hits up Shelltown save zone. No mobs, but PvP is totally enabled. Noobs are looking clueless, while the pros are sweating over his vibe. They're trying to suss out his build, guessing he's just a regular assassin. No time to chill if he wants to win. Runs outside and spots a squad getting wrecked. Those guys burned most of their life. Timers fighting trash mobs. Our guy spots a rare class among the losers. She begs for a carry, claiming they've got experience, but can't kill a thing. Yeah, that's a hard pass from him. Goes solo. The archers scream, "Don't do it, bro. You'll die." He ignores the haters and charges in anyway. They stalk him, super curious about his moves, hoping to learn strats or just watch him get faced. Lizzie's clueless about why she got Isekai here, but she's a gamer girl, so she grabbed a squad fast. Didn't help first mob outside the noob zone absolutely clapped him. Then RMC deletes that same monster like it's nothing. Squad realizes this dude isn't normal. His gear and speed are sus. Zero chance a level 1 scrub has that drip. While they stare, Poofy vanishes like a ninja. Stealth skill. Yeah, but way too broken for a starter. Whatever, they already got wiped and lost half their life. Clocks. Time to crawl back to town and hunt for secret loot. Basic rogue stealth is super easy to spot right now. But Shadow class, totally invisible to mobs and players alike. The invis timer isn't super long, but the cooldown resets instantly. Infinite stealth glitch. Basically, everyone rolls with base stats of 10, plus whatever class buffs they grab. Last life, his warrior build only got +3. Weak sauce. Now, Shadow buffs everything, and agility jumps by 8. OP start. Still got 5 stat points, burning a hole in his pocket. Noob spam strength or spirit for raw power, but he's got big brain strats. Shadow knows agility is the real MVP. Only way to clap monsters untouched is zooming fast. Spots a crawler snacking on lifespan to level up. Bet it's the same creep that wrecked that squad earlier. Boom, one shot drop. Even he didn't see that coming. Backstab plus skill stacks equals insane damage multiplier. Easy clap. Back when he main warrior, even a crit did like 40 damage. Total struggle bus. Sucks up the lifespan. Should have been 100 plus. But he only gets 54 cause the bug ate first. For soloing that beast, he scores infinite Evo points. Every 24 hours. Boom. 5 free points. In his past life, gear stats were locked forever. No upgrades. Total trash. So he dumps points into Shadow Sneak and Backstab immediately. Sneak lasts 16 secs now. Add Stealth Master. We talk. With that uptime, dude's basically strolling through the woods. He spots some randoms loitering. Sees a Nurcha chillin' above him. So he goes invisible. That beginner boss has 1600 HP and a spider army. Rookies would die, but it's perfect target practice for his new kit. He rushes in and smacks it for over 300 damage. High agility lets him dodge the counter like a pro, or else he'd be instant toast. But mobs aren't dumb. It hunts him down and alerts the spiders. Gotta be super careful with hits. Now, stealth bonuses make even chucking rocks do insane damage. Strat, wait for sneak cooldown, then eat a rock. Rock triggers. The ambush, backstab, and weak point bonuses. Then wait, and rinse repeat till it's dead. Boss kill puts him first on the leaderboard at level 2. Everyone else is shook at the solo kill cause they're total noobs. While this guy's soloing bosses already, that 4-man squad sees his name and thinks it's a glitch, cause they wipe on trash mobs while he solos bosses. Big spider drops, babies scatter. Shadow fist palms missed the XP farm. He freaks out when greedy hand drops. A bronze boss, dropping god tier loot, no way. Skill boosts, loot drops, like crazy. Late game boss kills get a 20% bonus. Loot chance. Back in the day, some dude had this skill and everyone wanted to party with him. 20% is low, but if our boy stacks it with his busted unlimited EV, he can basically hack his drop rates and loot hauls to infinity. Xiaoyu's bestie tells her to ring up her brother, ASAP, and say sorry for ditching the exam to simp for Somfei, cause her bro is definitely fuming. But our MC's stubborn sis is like, no way. insisting she's innocent and that he should be the one apologizing for being such a nosy control freak. While they snoop around to see what's up with the mob by the classroom, they see Jiang Wei literally glitching out and turning C. Some kid explains the dude just tried to catch some Z's and woke up looking like a ghost. Turns out, he's not special. This freaky glitch is popping off all over the globe. The big brains say if you snooze, you turn into a phantom, and nobody has a clue why. Xiao's friend is frantically calling her fam and tells the heroes, sis, to do the same, but she's cold as ice, saying a loser like him is better off to. Meanwhile, our main man leveled up Greedy Hand from scrub tier bronze to gold, rocking a 70% shot at bonus loot. Plus, he's sitting on 2 spare but to boost Greedy Hand 2+3, he needs 3 points, which would guarantee him double drops every single time. But the feds definitely know what's up by now, meaning a tidal wave of noobs is about to crash the server. He's got to speed run this and slap on any gear he can find. He knows it's only a matter of time before folks figure out that the insane skills and loot from this game can be brought back to reality. Once that leaks, the real world is going to go total apocalypse mode. But bringing stuff back has rules. Rule 1, hit level 10. Rule 2, have enough tradable lifespan. Farming trash mobs is too slow, so he needs to hunt some big bad bosses. While plotting his next move, he spots a squad throwing hands with a sprint predator. He instantly clocks Wang Meng in the mix. Word on the street is whenever Wang Meng logs in, he builds a dream team of only hidden class players. His Holy Shield Warrior class is broken. Double the stats of a normal tank plus a built-in god mode. The Prophet Mage class dishes out double the damage of a basic caster and has a cheat code homing fireball. Their sharp-eyed shooter has double stats too, and comes with a machine gun rapid-fire skill. Even their healer, the Oracle Priest, pumps out twice the heals of a normie and starts with an AoE recover spell. Watching Wang Meng tank with those constant heals from the Priest, Jado knows if they don't wrap it up, they're gonna aggro the whole map. Right on cue, a Corruptoral level to Slimeball covered in nasty gun crashes. The party? Shadow spots another hidden class player jumping the new monster, but this is a totally new face to him. Their attack barely scratches the paint though, cause that mob is tanky as heck. The beast tosses out vines, nerfing their speed, but then everyone's shook when the Corruptor gets one. They can't even drop a level 1 scrub that fast. So, seeing that instant kill totally blows their minds. Our boy deletes another one instantly, but he's staying stealthy. Leaving them praying, he's a friendly. Shadow unlocks Venom Dart, a mid-range toxic skill, and instantly juices it up with an The sprint predator skewers Wang Meng, but the squad is. Beast is shook when a sneak attack deletes half its health bar. Main character didn't guess the poison tick would proc his passive. Ghost mode enabled means infinite dart spam from the shadows. Wang Meng watches loot vanish, thanks the invisible MVP, and questions reality. Our guy warns him that trusting rondos out here is a rookie mistake. Wang's got gov ties and seems chill, perfect for fencing extra loot. When his inventory caps, Shadow dips to town to swap trash for life. Hours, leveling 100 times faster now. He's hyped to see Song Fei. As noobs get swarmed by more and more mobs, they realize it's time to tactical retreat. Toledo big baddie spawns and wipes the whole squad. Need level 3 to log out, but that grind seems impossible. Since mobs roll deep, they figure they need a 10-man raid. Someone notes that a big crowd just aggroes the boss. Fail. If they don't hit level 3, they're stuck forever, and currently, they just keep feeding. Spotting our Optum C, they beg for a carry to level 3. Offer is 10 million cash if he boosts them to level 3. Shadow claps the polluter and earns enough XP to evolve Greedy Hand. Gets a 20% shot to boost loot rarity by 1 tier. Keep evolving it. Could hit 100 or 200% odds. He spots a cursed boss eating souls to hit silver rank. Even if he wins, his bags are full. No room for drops. He drops a map pin. Gotta clear inventory space first. In the safe zone, chat is buzzing about that 10 million offer. He returns to dump his loot haul, and players realize he's flipping bronze steer gear. They can't see his face, so some random in the crowd guesses he's toggled hide helmet to stay mysterious and cool. She wants the icicle spell. He demands 100 days of life. She haggles, but he says 100 days is already a steal. She offers real cash, but our boy tells her to just use that cash to buy life from someone else, then pay him. Team agrees, so she swaps 100 life days for the scroll. Jungla slides in, begging our hero to please boost her to level 3 for 10 million bucks. Cold hard cash. He recalls she ran a crime ring in his past life and scammed people for life, hours, enslaved them, and zeroed the rebels. Shadow says, nope, so she tries to flex on him. With fancy cars and our hero is still not interested. Paper money is trash. Only tradable lifespan matters now. When Zhongli won't quit yapping and tries to talk him into it, Shadow threatens to spawn kill her until she's deleted. Sold the junk. Shadow decides it's time to wreck the Curse Master. Nobody's caught on that trading lifespan lets you glitch skills into real life. They have no clue this trash game is gonna flip the real world upside down. All that IRL status people. Flex, gonna be worthless garbage real soon? Zhongli's plotting revenge on Shadow. Then Ma Jin crashes the party. He's down to power level her, assuming that 10 million cash offer is real. She haggles him to 5 million paid IRL, since he ain't Shadow tier strong. Meanwhile, our boy struts back to the cursed boss, only to find it evolved into a silver tier beast. Waiting 8 hours for gold tier. Nah, too lazy for that grind. Silver HP is AA bronze, but that's just 2 or 3 venom darts for our guy. The Curse Master is a mage build. It spams area attacks and hits like a freight train. If he didn't dodge that last hit, he'd be totally cooked. Gotta wait on stealth cooldowns and strike while the boss snaps. Just as he tosses another venom dart, the thing tries to bail with low health. Easy win. Slaying it popped him up 2 levels with 4 Evo points. Then his greedy hand perk triggered and doubled the loot. 12 points and 372 days of life from one boss. Wild. Plus, the greedy hand bonus effects bumped one of his main items straight from silver to gold tier. But the mob dropped 7 or 8 items, and his bag only has 10 slots. No storage ring. Totally annoying. Wang Meng and his crew finally hit level 3 and they're celebrating hard. Then Shadow hits rank 5 and everyone freaks out. Most noobs are stuck, and barely anyone even touched level 3. Wang says they gotta log off and warn the IRL homies about this nightmare. He logs out and wakes up back in the real world. His friends crowd around, super hyped, he's awake. He tells them to rally the squad cause it's about to go down. Wang spilled the tea to his bosses. How our boys saved him, and Shadow, zooming from level 3 to 5. Someone asks, why is the kid still online? No family to warn. The boss confirms that his intel matches the top brass. New research shows old folks are dying right after falling asleep. Data compares perfectly. People who die a bunch in game are dying for real. Which basically means that if your lifespan hits 0 in the game, you're dead. Boast thinks some higher beings are invading us. Top command ordered Vanguard teams to scout the game. The boss says this is a massive global crisis, and every nation is scrambling to figure it out. Lagging behind means losing street cred globally, so they gotta snatch that intel no matter what. He crowns a new team captain since she's got the perfect vibe for stalking shadows. Tags Wang Meng as VP, telling him to pick their own squad. The mission, buddy up with Shadow, dox his real ID, and drain his brain for info. He tells the leftovers to keep society from imploding and calls it a day. Back at school, gossip spreads. Sleep at the same time, in the same district, and boom, same starter village. Xiao is still totally obsessing over Chin Fan, ghosting her on that apology, because he usually caves instantly when she's mad, so she swears not to let him off the hook. Still, she's hyped. She saw her boo yesterday, since in-game hangouts are gonna be rare. Then it clicks Song Fei hops into the game when he sleeps too. So if she just logs in, she can track down her man. Xiao hits up Janeway for a carry, since he's basically a pro. He tells her to dump every point into agility, even as a mage, or she'll be too slow. He says once someone hits level 5, he can trigger the village warp gate, so she needs to join a random party, and when the gate opens, he'll swoop in to power level her. Xiao passes out, thinking she definitely won't help. Her bro level up later, totally clueless about his actual rank. In-game, our boy ranks up, snagging 8 points per stat 32 total. This ring is like someone grinding 3 whole levels, plus it blocks dark damage. Gonna be super handy for Shadow against the monster hordes. Weak point damage also starts at 1.5 times with this bling. Another owl skill lets him warp or ghost entirely. With leftover Evo points, he buffs his greedy hand first. Fragging mobs now drops double loot. 1 kill equals 3 rewards. He dumps the rest to boost instant Shadow Slash by 3 tiers. Cooldown didn't drop, but spamming the slash lets him stay invisible forever. Some level 4 limb crawlers jump in perfect time to test a new slash. Shadow's monster slaying efficiency just skyrocketed. Now, it only takes 2 venom darts to delete a mob. Quicker fights mean less chance of things going sideways. Shadows, sitting on 618 days of tradable lifespan. But to manifest his gear in reality, he needs at least 900. So he heads back to vend his trash loot, hoping to hit the limit. Once he hits level 10, he can drag his skills and gear into the real world. Malu Jin helps Jing hit level 3, then demands payment. She drops her digits and says to hit her up. She also wants to buy his lifespan points 10 grand per day. Ma Lujin is stoked, thinking he's some big brain genius for turning pixel skills into real world cash. Our main guy fires up Warp Circle in Shelltown, but honestly, it's totally useless right now. See, the Noob Town teleporter is a two-way street. So until someone hits level 5 and unlocks the other end, it's basically a pay. Shadow recalls from his past life that Songfei was chilling in Firefly. So, he sets up a ping to buzz him the second the Firefly Town warp goes live. However, Shadow's real mission is grinding his way up to level 10 and hitting the god's abandoned realm. That's where the real nightmare kicks off. Heading back to Shelltown to dump his loot, players mob him like paparazzi stalking a celeb. His last batch was a hit, so the hype was real. Boom. Sold out in under a minute. He bagged 650 days of tradable life, bringing his stash to 2,107. Still ain't enough to port his whole character build back to the real world though. Just as he's bouncing, a player rolls up flashing a space ring. That ring is elite storage gear, and it's clutch cause it doesn't hog regular inventory slots. Most players are capped at 3 bags max. That bling is crazy rare. Back in the day, a 12-slotter like that went for 3,600 days. But the girl's like, keep the cash. She just wants a friend request and a carry for a boss fight. Shadow's down and asks for the target's name. She didn't catch the name tag, but it's a gold tier boss, looking like some wrecked boat chilling in the swamp. He clicks, instantly it's the Golden Ghost Ship, a super rare spawn that pops up at any level. Spawn rates are abysmal, but the loot drops, absolute gut. Every time that ship shows up, a massive war breaks out between the guilds over it. Since it's in a level 5 zone, it's basically a free kill right now. Finding it in the noob village. That takes getting the ring and rolling with Wang Mang's crew. Our boy realizes might be that legendary Koi Lucky charm from his past life. She says she hopped on after dinner, but her squad was dragging, so she went exploring solo. And boom, stumbled right into the gold tier boss. Rumor had it, Wang Mang had a walking cheat code like her on the team. Just wandering around, she'd trip over rare bosses, loot boxers, hidden dungeons, and temples. He thought it was just fake news to hide their strats, but nope, she's the real deal. Meanwhile, a snitch was eavesdropping on the whole chat and sprinted back to tell his boss, our guy took a girl out of town. Shadow tells Koishe he's down to help wreck the boss, but if it drops gear or skill books, she gets first dibs. He'll just pocket the rest. Koish counters. If gear drops for Captain Wong, he sells it to them on a discount. Deal sealed. Our main character, Shadow pitches a gold boss brawl, but Koish flips out. He's a sneaky stabber, and she's just a squishy one hit from that beast, and she is total toast. Tanking is not her vibe. Shadow tells her to chill in the nosebleeds, while he solos the monster. Koish is shook, he is buff. Sure, but slow in gold tier, that is straight up delusion. While she is brain sprilling, dude just goes, her literally, goes invisible. Creepers tailing them, think she is ditched and sprint in to grab her. Nope, Shadow was camping right next to them, and deletes the squad. Lame loot, though only snagged 12 days of lifespan from those scrubs. He pops back into view, mentioning some stalkers were trailing them. So, he kindly sent them on a one-way trip to the respawn point. She starts rambling about sneaking into bathrooms, so he shuts her up. Take me to the boss. Zhao, you finally logs into the world and gets her mind blown by the hyper-realistic graphics. Jackpot time, she scored a hidden class. Priestess. It is open enough to finally let her vibe with her superstar bros. For a sec, she wonders what kind of chaos he is causing in-game. Thoughts of her actual brother pop up, but she deletes them fast. Qinfeng is such a buzzkill control freak. She is totally over it. Jiang Wei already swore he would power level her anyway. Honestly, her brother could vanish forever, and she would not blink. Then she peeps the rankings. Some guy named Shadow is already level 6. Suddenly, Jiang Wei's pro gamer flex feels kinda weak. Shadow is the real MVP. If she hunts him down, she will level up way faster. Before she can slide into his DMS, she hears a squad nearby, crying about getting wrecked. They are raging and desperate for a healer to save their bacon. She steps up, flexing her hidden life sacrifice title to get an invite. Meanwhile, Shadow hits the cliffs and spies that Golden Ghost ship drifting afar. He tells Little Black to camp out and watch his back while he 1v1s the boss. Before she can argue, poof, he teleports down to the river surface. The ship's aura warped a zone into a death trap, where losing life hits 100 times harder, like burning a whole day instantly. It is a level 5 beast with a 45-minute doomsday clock ticking. Shadow is chill though, knowing these unique raids are timed, and he has plenty of breathing room. He pops instant shadow, launches a venom dart, then smashes a stealth break strike. Big damage. The boss's HP bar drops, but it is still tanky. Shadow knows, typical noob, always mess up this part of the fight. Don't hit the boat, the weak spot is that spooky firebell on the prow. Hit that, and the ghost rages, blasting massive hydro cannons everywhere. Those summoned water pillars hit like a truck, and even tanky silver tier warriors get one-shotted by them. Lucky for Shadow, his agility is cracked. But the real danger is next. The boss spawns 12 rot-faced water ghouls, silver tier tough, totally OP. They pop up instantly, rushing in a tight squad formation. Worst part, the boss spams this summon move. Endless parties of 12. Shadow toggles. Stealth mode. Ghouls are blind now, so he just needs a sweet angle to wreck him. She has just a level 3 healer noob, so she's totally shook watching this. Never guessed she'd be partying with such a beast. Now she gets why Shadow sits at rank number 1. Then Shadow yells over, saying he's about to croak. She thinks he's trolling, but he says, "Chill, I'll respawn quick." She's so confused, while her brain buffers that beaten squad salty and mad. They rush Hay, thinking Shadow's lurking close. Shadow's already prepping for phase 2. Knows the fourth, nastiest part of the raid is starting. When the gold ship's HP drops halfway, it blasts a soul wave. Huge AoE stun for 5 seconds. Even stealth won't save him from that. Bam! He gets stuck. And the ship smacks him. XP drained. Instant KO. Lost 326 years. The hater, squad laughs. Super smug. Guess Shadow ain't all that. They think. Thinking the boss is nerfed, they YOLO charge the skeleton. Didn't even touch it before getting wiped. Back to spawn. Losers. Squad's back in town. Raging and confused. Boss was debuffed, but they ain't quitting. Round 2. Let's go. Shadow warps back and says hi to Hay. She's shook. He's back. Saw some screamers get wrecked by water. She says, Shadow has PTSD from fighting this golden ghost? Ship before, but he knows the stun skill is a one-time wonder. After that, the second half is going to be a total cakewalk. Ship sitting at under 50% HP right now. Gotta speedrun the finish, or it might blink away and respawn far out. Yeets poison darts, right at the ship's front bells. Then he Shadow steps in, cause he's got the path memorized. Meanwhile, that clueless squad comes back to steal the kill. On Shadow and the ship, Hay's like, nope, not on my watch. Zaps him with thunder. Just made them extra salty though. They rush her so she legs it out of there fast. Another group of vultures is camping the trees, waiting to boss is one hit from death. But the fights, dragon loot goblins are creeping in, trying to steal his prize. But Shadow ain't. Sharing loot like some saint. Quick moves. Boss down. 4,800 XP. Level 8. 7 points. Bagged the world first gold boss killer title too. The global announcement pops up, leaving the whole chat absolutely speechless. Nobody thought a scrub could pull that off. These noobs die to Totoro mobs. Nearby, a bandit squad starts drooling over the prizes. Eyes glued to the loot. They decide it's finders keepers time. The boss snaps at his tank, Awang ordering him to zero Shadow fast. Awang pops his Phantom Eagle skill to scan the map. But guess what? Shadow's level is way too high, making him invisible to their trash radar. Seeing zip on the scanner, the gang assumes he bailed and sprints in to swipe the goods. But the loot is time-locked for 5 minutes. Tough luck, losers. Shadow slices M up like veggies, ready to enjoy his payday in peace. Then, he notices his pet, Little Black, is missing. Mental note, track her down later. Checking his stats, he's got just enough points to upgrade Greedy Hand. He triggers the skill, grabs the life orbs, and blows them all sky-high instantly. Boom, 21 points, tons of tradable days, and rare Phantom Fire Bells. Equipping these bad boys stops XP loss on death, but the cooldown is a massive 1800 seconds. Shake him, and every mob within 100 meters freezes for 300 seconds. Best part? They sit in the item bag, not gear slots. Both bells stack in one slot. Super clutch for inventory management. Mid-loot fest. Here's a buddy screaming bloody murder. He tries pinging Hay's location, but it's already game over. Trapped on a cliff edge by those griefer jerks. She denies them the kill and yeets herself off the ledge. Splat. The griefers stand there. Shook, she chose gravity over them. Then Shadow gets her deep. She says don't bother, cause she already respawned at base. Wants to meet up for the trade there? Back to the loot. Check absolute jackpot. 315 life days, 21 points, and mats to upgrade Greedy Hand. Hider skills are pricey, so he dumps points into raw damage instead. 8 points to instant splash. 10 to backstab booster. Splash damage doubles. Staying stealthy. He can now dish out over 3,000 damage in one hit. Break stealth, and his 7-hit combo hits for 7,000. Gold bosses usually drop trash silver or maybe 1 gold item. Thanks to Greedy Hand, he snagged 11 gold drops and 2 platinum ones. Check out the Ghost Ship Twin. Blades platinum daggers that double tap on every hit. Plus, Phantom Fire, leather armor boosting HP by 419 and buffing stealth. Low-level noobs can't even touch him now. He toggles the armor visual off to keep a low profile and hide his stats. Finally, he cracks open that Spectral Mist skill book. Most skip this cause with dodge nerfs, stats. But Shadow, totally chill. Since he mod skills forever, maxing dodge has 0 cons. Pure gain. Loot secured. He bounces back to sell stuff. On the way, he spots those trolls who griefed Hay. They see him and freak bug bro is way too fast. They beg. He ignores. Wipes the squad. Unlocks killer level 1. Rolls into town, and everyone is totally shook. Scared but hyped. Then they see his basic fit and get confused. Dude doesn't look op at all. The squad that tried to jump him earlier returns. Boss Dongfang steps up to say my bad. Hands over a pricey assassin book, bought with life creds. Shadow grabs it. Meh. Just piercing strike. Basic tier. His crew is salty. Paid life for loot just to gift their killer. But the boss claims it's a big brain play. Shadow's grinding. Way too fast. So he's deaf. Hiding something. Their plan is simple. Wait for log off. Track him. IRL. Kidnap him. Force the info. If that flops, they'll try plan B. Send a girl to flirt the truth out. His accent sounds foreign. Probs? Abroquerando. Makes him an easy clap. Just need a bay hot enough to break him. Shadow links with Hay, his lucky charm, and drops some loot. Items buffer DMG and double her mana regen. She's hyped. Shadow says, pleasure doing business. Then she spills tea. While running in the woods, she found a weird ruin entrance. Shadow is interested. She knows elite spawns. Keep her material. He asks where Wang is to dump loot before dipping. Hay says Cap is busy training a noob clerk. There, she pings the map. Says there's a slab in a bush. Moved it to enter. But the second she stepped in, she heard screams and bailed. Shadow can't wait. Deals with Mung later. Heads to ruins. Now, he ports instantly. Was planning to grind to 10, but this ruin is a fast pass. Starter zone spawns. 3 ruin types. Tombs. Cursed. Temples. But it doesn't matter which, cause mobs inside are bronze or silver tier min. For Shadow, high drops and evo points. Inside, he notes, mobs here are cursed by evil gods. Ex-humans, who went mad or turned ghost. Clearing these drops special loot or skill books. Shadow scans, the wall doodles and clicks. It's a holy temple. The art vibes are familiar. Then, bingo, Temple of the Judge God. Same source as his OPI skill. Meanwhile, Mung's squad is getting wrecked by mobs. Leader takes a hit. Everyone screams at Shaya. She glitches, sobbing. How do I even heal? A red beast drops in. Press the button. They yell. She eats her wand and cries. It's too scary. Back in town, the team is super salty at Hey Renza. She was with Shadow Chill. He's coming. They ignore her. Shia, you're actual trash. Healer steps up. Newbie jitters, guys. Relax. We didn't die once. Bruh. One guy rages. We got wiped 3 times cause of her. Hey flexes Shia's gold armor. She's geared now. Let her cook. Mang sighs. Fine. One more run. Xiao says, my bad. But she's fuming inside. You guys suck. If I didn't know Shadow, I'd bounce. Shadow strolls deeper into the dusty ruins. Spots the monsters, praying, weird flex, but okay. Level 10 silver tier fanboys of the Judge God. Shadow slash, boom, massive damage. Even with a backstab, their HP bar barely moved. Silver bosses are tankier than that gold ghost ship. Hacks? Suddenly, both monsters drop to their knees. Looking right at him, super creep factor. Glitch. He's invisible. Then it hits him. They sensed his judgment. Is that why they froze? Yo, got a map? He asks. Dead silence. No brain cells left. Shadow realizes their hard drives are wiped. Rotted bodies. Corrupted minds. Total zombies. Just life-stealing beasts. No, speech module broken. Eye contact freaks them out. They bolt towards fresh meat. Shadow, here's a squad, entering from the side. Screaming about silver monsters. Panic mode, engaged. Shadow peeps them and spots a familiar face. Grey Rose, the girl who bought his ice spike spell. Surprised they've found this spot, but their gear is wiped in seconds. Shadow face bombs at the fail. Dropped 100 days of life. Rich kids. The zombies kneel again. Shadow shrugs. Boring. No loot, no secret rooms, just 2 broken mini. He ends them. 4,000 XP. Ding. Level 9. Greedy hand procs 32 Evo points. Sweet. 154 days life. For gold items, 10 silver, and a rare pendant. Yo, it's a gold accessory with 15 agility, 20% cooldown cut, plus a unique perk. Summon a silver tier lackey to brawl with him. This bling is cracked. Wicked stats, that 20% reduction slashes his stealth timer from 20-2 ... .6 to 19.2 seconds. Poison dart drops from 4.3 down to 3 ... .7. Instant shadow slash hits 8. Farming just got way easier. Needs level 8 though, so noobs can't even touch it yet. Keeps it for later. Profit. But wait, vibe check, something's moving. A pole pops up. Shadow gets it clearing. The mobs triggered the mechanism. He struts over to the tiny ... pillar. Whoa, it's an elevator. Drops him like 300 to 400 meters down. Ride stops. Boom. Secret maze under the temple. Classic RNG. These sub-temple dungeons spawn pretty often. He ran tons of these in his past ... life. Total trap fest. But easy peasy if you have meat shields. Only bummer, it's a massive time sink. Soloing is sketchy. One slip and it's game over. Lucky him, that pendant of the faithful summons a silver tier buddy. He spawns the follower and sends him to tank the traps while he lurks behind. Seemed chill initially, but he stays woke. Danger pops up fast. On the move, he dumps 11 Evo points to boost Ghost Shadow Blur to Epic. Epic tier means 75% dodge chance, plus total damage immunity on 75% dodge. Insane. With that immunity, total defensive cheese. Spends the rest to make instant shadow / epic 2. Adds 400 damage and widens the hitbox to 5 meters. Going epic to legendary costs 10 times the points. Better base tier means cheaper upgrades. Basic math. 11 points remain, so he dumps him into his starter, Shadow Sneak. Even with 35% reduction, the cooldown sits at 0.3 seconds. Way too slow? Damage is trash too. He's definitely swapping this skill out. While he's min-maxing, his minion steps on a trigger plate. Oops. Huge rock falls. Squish. Instant kill. Shadow watches. Shrugs. Guess I'll wait for the summon. This dungeon is a nightmare maze. Gotta crawl through it. The loot at the end better be worth this grind. Upstairs, Grey Rosa's squad gets back. The two mobs gone. They scan the area. And realize the life force loot those monsters held has vanished. Someone stole the kill and the rewards. Only a pro like Shadow could sell to silver bosses. Dead giveaway. No farming here for them. The mobs are already toast. Grey Rose remembers hearing someone, dude, chatting up monsters earlier. That memory lives rent-free in my head. Had to be Shadow. Bet he's got some cheat code to mind control bosses. If that's for real, that kind of power is straight up spooky. His zombie minions keep face planting while Shadow strolls through the maze. 3 hours of grinding later, he hits the finish line. Pops another summon and tells it to go fetch. Big stone door ahead. Minion tries to push it but has zero muscle. Shadow steps up, taps it, and it swings right open. Inside, a chest chilling in a sea of gold coins. It's locked, and there's a random NPC standing guard. He squints at her no name. No stats, total glitch. She mumbles some ancient gibberish, then ghosts him, literally fading away. Spikes on the chest, go poof, right along with her. Guessing she's linked to that judgment eye thingy, but who knows. Eyes on the prize now. Golden Glow screams epic loot, but he ain't stupid. Could be a trap or a mimic waiting to chomp his hand off. Safety first, he makes the zombie open it. Lid goes up, bingo, an assassin skill book inside. Rare god tier stuff with active and passive buffs. One look and he knows this isn't vendor trash. Pistol of Mercy. Doubles weak spot damage and basically gives you On top of that, he snags Slit Throat, a debuff that hits like a truck. Next hit makes the target take 100% damage every SEC for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 60 seconds. Passive makes enemy weak spots. Huge. Crit city. Baby. But Slit Throat is the real MV. Hit for 300, it ticks 300 for 3 secs. Total 1,200, that's quadruple. Damn it Jizzly, the most broken combo he's grabbed yet. Instant shadow / hits multiple times, but the debuff only sticks to the first bonk. Still, since it's epic, tier 10 Evo points makes it legendary. Major W his burst damage just went to the moon. All thanks to Little Black. He'll sell the scraps to her crew as a thank you. Use his secret. Transmission. Tell Wongmin to warp back. Got loot to sell. She's shook that. He cleared the ruins so fast. But the squad zooms back. Shadow lands and instantly gets mobbed by calling him Big Bro, acting thirsty, begging for a carry. Not just the locals anymore. Newbies from underwater and Azure Wave towns crashed the party too. Fast travel unlocked. Now he can zip around towns, even hitting up Songfai's Firefly spot. Suddenly, Bro just vanishes, leaving the locals totally shook. The Shadow's actually lurking nearby. He grabs his lucky charm and links up with Wangman. Then he spots Ja, you crashing the party? Weird move, cause she's total dead weight for a pro squad. Gotta stay low key though. If they ID him now, it's game over. IRL, he has 0 hacks. Even a butter knife could end him while he naps. Xiao runs up, simping hard, claiming he looks way more OP in reality. She figures clinging to him is her ticket to meeting Songfi soon. Shadow ghosts her mid-convo and starts the trade. He swaps god tier loot for 2,200 days of life. Wong's like, whoa, too pricey. They're broke on gold. But Shadow's chill, letting them put it on his tab to pay later. The boss is baffled. Why's this guy being such a homie? so he promises they've got Shadow's back whenever he calls. The squad checks their shiny gold gear, feeling buffed and super hype. They drool over the stats, pumped to finally wreck big mobs, but Xiao gets 0 loot. Mang says, no priest drops, sorry, and the team just shrugs. They tell her she's lucky she's even leeching free XP just by existing there. She all whines to Shadow, hey, I'm a priest, give me stuff. She adds him, name's Little Graceful, hilarious given she's a brat. He leaves her on read, totally ignoring her. Without a glance, he teleports out. Crowd's confused, but happy. Dayloki cheered, Daddy snubbed her and dipped like a total boss. Jokes on her. Shadow totally has gold priest gear in his bag, but he'd rather eat dirt than gift it to his toxic sister. As he grinds levels, he'll hoard tons of extra loot. Selling it piece by piece is a total time sink. Mang's cop connections are perfect for dumping stock, but he can't let Zhao Yu wreck his business deal. Gotta swap her out for someone who actually knows how to play. He recalls Guiku, that legendary guild manager from before. She rocked a hidden priest class with a healing buff. She is exactly the OPF support main Mang's crew is missing. Shadow saw her solo epic bosses. A total beast, she carries hard, unlike Xiao Yu who's just baggage. Then, boom, little Shuers from Firefly Town 2, same as Songfi. 2 reasons to go there now. 2 birds, 1 stone. No time to waste. He eats toward the portal. Slides through in stealth mode. Total ghost status. Hits Firefly Town. Vibe check 2. Quiet sus. Then he hears some total panic nearby. 2 dudes just got clapped and are rushing back. Silver Boss is low HP. Can't let noobs steal the loot. Plus, they spilled. Sanfei is chilling there with his army of fans. Gotta run before those simps faceplant trying to impress mid-tier idol boy. Shadow is actually shook. Got all the tea on Songfei in like 2 seconds. Tails them to Wailing Alley. Level 5 zone. Scary mobs everywhere. Dead center. Shadow. Spies a 2-headed silver boss with amber bling. But the real mess? Players beefing while trying to tag the boss. Then Songfei shows up. Wall-to-wall fangirls protecting him. Haters start screaming, calling him a kill-stealing rat who jacked their lifespan. They swear they'll delete him right now. But a tank mage bonks a guy, yelling, don't touch my king. Songfei rocks, the heavenly mage, god title. Shadow remembers this cringe from his past life. Dude tricked girls into pickin' mage class. Once they got gear, he looted them to buff himself. 0 balance. But the fans tried hard. Some went full glass cannon IQ build. Others pumped agility to be annoying. Some tanked, others swung staffs like baseball bats. Shadow knows this cheese strut worked early game. Songfei's crew went feral, stealing lifespan. Unstoppable. But later, fans started dropping like flies. And every time one died, Songfei leached their stats dry. Total vampire vibes. Shadows, right? On the field, Songfei oozes his fans as meat shields without saying it. Fakes caring, talks about peace and vibes. Really, just hyping them to fight his battles. Fandom is extra. They got worship songs. Cringe level 100. Fangirls are literally eating themselves at the silver boss. When it swings at Songfei, they face stank the hit, shouting for him. Crazy loyalty. One mage yells at her sisters to sweat harder. Beat Shadow. Make Appa number 1. Cue the chanting. Again, loud and annoying. Boss is dying. Boss Songfei's just salty Shadow soloed a gold tier. In his head, there is simply no way to solo a boss that nasty. Dude is definitely hacking or getting boosted, because being that broken at level 7, yeah, total glitch abuser. Songf hypes himself up once he claps this silver boss. He hits level 8. Shadow has been hard stuck at 9 forever, so Songf plans to zoom past and snag that rank 1 spot. Joke is on him though. Shadow could not care less about XP. He just wants to squash the annoying bug buzzing in his face. Blink, and you miss it, someone yanks Songfei's head right off his neck. Shadow drops in with an instant slash, deleting Songfei and his fan club in 1 hit. Randoms grinding that silver tier. Boss stare at the skull mask, jaws dropping at those 4-digit damage numbers. The guy is absolutely broken, leagues above them. They nope out fast, leaving the loot for the pro. Honestly, killing that toxic gang was a public service. Everyone starts hyping him up. Shadow figures they're just terrified and sucking up, so they do not get wrecked. Next, back at spawn, Songfei is raging. Did he really just get one? Why him? There are like hundreds of starter towns in this city. His fangirls swarm him, screeching that Shadow was obviously just threatened by his greatness. They call Shadow a total loser for Then this archer girl walks up, bragging about her stealth detect eyes, asking to join. One of the Simp Squad members shuts her down. Mages only, sweetie. She claims the girl is dead weight for the rank and grind. But Songface cuts in, activating gaslight mode. We are family. Ladies, love conquers all stats. He turns to the newbie, saying he vibes with Her passion, who cares if she shoots arrows? Come on board, let us get buffed together. Q. The waterworks archer starts sobbing, totally falling for his act. Suddenly, girls from every class line up. Songfei builds his harem army while they chant about their precious idol and plotting revenge on that meanie Shadow. Every other dude nearby watches this cringe fest, thinking they have lost their minds. Songfei smirks at his growing clout with this audience. When he deletes Shadow, the whole server will see that solo players are trash. Squishy assassins cannot touch a high-class mage like him. Elsewhere, Shadow uses greedy hand loot 16 Evo points and 217 lifespan. He upgrades Best of Mercy. Enemy weak spots are now double the size. Get any bigger, and half the dude's body becomes a bullseye. Even a lazy slash triggers critical damage now. Throat Slit gets buffed, 2 cooldown drops to 25 seconds. He could one-shot a gold boss. A basic, epic skill is free to hit legendary, but jumping to myth costs 100 times more. At this rate, it would need 200 points to hit mythic rank. Epic greedy hand costs 210, but mythic 3,400 plus. Yikes. Totally busted since he's only got 9 points left. Plan B. Juice up the backstab perk instead. Wrecking the silver boss and some noobs netted him 1,400 tradable days. Bag secured. Time to bounce. Whoops. Ambush. Alert. Shadow spots her. Hits dodge, and she whiffs every shot. Embarrassing. Looks up. Oh, look, a mountain covered in screaming for blood to avenge their dreamy song. Fae. Drama. Queens. Shadow ain't got time for their karaoke session. Stealth mode. Activate. Cocky archer girl smirks. Useless. We got detection hacks. Sends her eagle to scan. Finds absolutely nothing. Wait, they see a silhouette? Full send. They dump all their ults at once, shouting battle cries. Plot twist. It wasn't Shadow. They just fried their own assassin. Friendly fire lady. Grandma Mage copes hard. She wasn't a real fan anyway. Fake love? Then she orders. Archer, scan again. Find him. Shadow pops. Ghost firebell. Everyone freezes for 3 seconds. Lag spike. Panic sets in. Then Shadow slash boom squad. Still in vis, he finds Songfei hiding behind a rock, shaking as he watches his simps get deleted. Shadow whispers in his ear. Game over, buddy. Songfei panic shields. But, pointless. Shadow stabs through and takes his eyes. Brutal. Shadow notices the dude used a lifespan burn skill. Math time. Guy had 2,000 tradable days, but the girls? Bro, they gave Songfei every last drop. Simp level. Max, they treat this like a game, but that brainwashing is creepy. Shadow size. What a waste. Centuries of untradeable life. Gone. Just monster snacks now. They Songfei freaks, I'm down to 500 days cause of him. He rages at the archer. Why didn't your detection work? Archer sobs. I tried. It only pinged our sister. Mage chimes in. Maybe his stealth is got. Songfei realizes he's helpless. Shadow can farm him anytime, but he copes. I didn't start it. I just stole one boss kill. He shouldn't be mad. He's just jealous of my handsome face. Safety first. Let's move. He says. New farm spot. His fangirls scream. We follow you everywhere op. Later, Shadow hits Firefly Town. Still in. Shadow creeps out of stealth mode. Songfei's crew has rage quit or skip town. He grabs a random NPC looking dude for intel, and the guy points the way. Smash. Songfei. He begs. But I got one weird favor. When you wreck him, leave his girl alone. Phoebo Kitty. Archer class. Total babe. Shadow cringes. That's the stealth detecting chick. Bro needs a new wife. She's toast. Shadow dips. Having a compass heading is cool, but without an X on the map, wandering around is a total XP waste. If he could just spawn camp Jiu Iku, he'd be set. Boom. There she is. He pops up in her face like a jump scare. Yo. Iku turns beet red, brain glitching. Shadow is actually there. He skips the flirting and goes aggro. Heard your radar is cracked. Find Songfei for me. Do it, and I'll drop this gold tier staff for practically free. Yiku's stunned. How'd you know my build? I didn't post that anywhere. Don't sweat the details. She frowns, checking her wallet. I'm broke though. Shadow shrugs. 500 days. It's worth a deal struck. Trade window opens. Trade window closes. Yiku is basically heart eyes over the new gear. Shadow waves a hand. Earth to Yiku. Clock's ticking. Aren't you scared I'll scam you? She teases. Shadow smirks. Nah, you hate Songfei too much. Then she pauses. Wait, do I know you? You sound super familiar. She doesn't wait for a reply, just summons her Scalwa. Bird goes up, scans the map, and pings the target instantly. Yiku drops the cords, but adds a disclaimer. They're camping there now, but they might rotate before you arrive. Add me Shadow commands. Keep the GPS running. Update me if they move. Taking out the trash won't take long. He sprints for the desert biome but stops dead. Something's shiny. Yiku blinks lag. Why'd you stop? Shadow points. Scan for other trees glitching like that one. She looks around. 2 more over there. Makes a triangle. Shadow walks up and taps the weird rune carved in the bark. Boom. Glowing geometry connects the trees, and a jade-tiered chest rises like a loot drop. Shadow grins. RNG gods are smiling on him today, finding an ancient god's blessing here. Rare. Getting a chest. Legendary luck. These blessings pop up randomly in this trash heap world. Find the runes, activate the sequence, unlock the goodies. Sometimes you trigger a raid boss. Sometimes it's a mob swarm. Sometimes loot. Sometimes secret buffs. Iku gasps. That chest is worth 10,000 lifespan days. Easy. Not a bad guess. Shadow thinks. In his previous run, rates went from 1 to 100, up to 1 to 10,000. By day 2, 1 to 50,000. Inflation goes hard. Yiku stares, trying to screenshot the moment in her brain. Totally worth it. Seeing as her loot radar is basically a cheat code for finding chests. He cracks it open and scores a wicked item called the Blossoming Curse. Even he's scratching his head at what this thing actually does. The tooltip is Wildcast, it on a fresh body, dead under 15 seconds, and a creepy flower sprouts right out of them. It sucks, their lifespan dry until it hits 0, with absolutely no Shadow clicks. This is that legendary glitch skill everyone whispers about but never sees. With this in his kit, he can literally delete players from existence. Songfi is officially cooked. Shadow swears to spawn camp the guy until he rage quits forever. Then he'll hit level 10, bring his powers IRL, and end him for real. Meanwhile, Songfi and his simp army are busy farming mobs. Dude thinks he's safe, like Shadow can't track him this far out. He plans to grind levels and clap back at his nemesis later. One of his mages notices another squad taking on a boss nearby. Songfi lies instantly, claiming they look like stands of a rival idol. That triggers total brain rot, and the girls just go feral, screeching that these haters are pests, needing deletion for messing with their precious Appa's ranking. The other team is totally clueless about the cringe storm incoming. They're finishing the boss when Songfi's Zerg rush attacks them out of nowhere. Their healer tries to talk sense into them, but the fangirls are way too toxic to listen. Jokes on them knows, players don't even care about idols. Songfi's lie worked. They flatline the girl, chanting his name while stealing the kill. Songfi practically drools, seeing the loot pile and thanks his fam to keep them brainwashed. They weep tears of joy, saying he's too kind while he grabs the goods. But Shadow's watching the whole cringe fest. He pops stealth, and before Songfi can even blink, he's already done for, leaving his fangirls screaming at his headless avatar. Shadow drops the Blossoming Curse, and a weird flower sprouts from the body. This time, no amount of simping can save him. Songfi respawns screaming. Why is Shadow obsessed with him? He starts wondering if maybe Shadow is just jelly of his massive female fan. He hits the floor, convinced Shadow is just a loser chasing a girl in his squad. Then his screen pings a warning. His lifespan is tanking from 400 to 370 and dropping fast. He's panicking hard when his fangirls rush over, yelling that something is totally wrong. They saw a blood-red flower on his corpse, sucking the life out of him. Songfi can't wrap his head around a corpse flower draining his actual lifespan. Only one explanation. Shadow is trying to permaculate him, for real. Dude panics, screaming he's got a log, or his life hits 0. Fam tells the squad to rage quit for a sec, and says he'll swipe cash IRL to buy lifespan for gear. Once they're decked out, they'll slide back for round 2. His harem nods, yes sir, while Songface swears revenge. Bro grinded 2.5 years just to take this L? Can't believe P2W didn't wreck Shadow. Shadow flexes on the Bodas, bagging the Tier 4 Slayer title. Turns out, dying makes you lose 96% life. Shadow farms 1,000 days off M before it glitches. It looks like they all chickened out. Yui and Aral stare at Shadow, totally shook. Can't handle rank 1's insane power? Scary stuff. Shadow asks if Songfei dipped. Yiku's like, yep. He tells her to stalk them and ping him when they respawn. Shadow Flash is a gold priest skill. Yiku's drooling for it, so he tells her to chill in town for a bit. It's worth 500 days, but she gets a discount if she behaves. Yiku freaks out. I ain't selling my body. Shadow sweats. Whoa, not like that. Weirdo. He just needs a perm healer for a squad. Yiku's down, but warns she roast them if they call her weak. Shadow's like, it's chill. They're solid. He's DMing them right now. Wang Miz, fighting mobs, begging Xiao to detox him, ASAP. Xiao's clueless about cleanse. So Songfei screams that priests have it and he's gonna die. Suddenly, Xia's brain starts working. Yells watch this, aims wrong, and nearly frags hey. She admits. She whiffed, but Wang Mei already croaked from poison. In town, they did Xia. Yuwangum says, new healer, now, but finding a hidden class healer, good luck. They're taken. She has vibin' though. Think in the game's easy mode. Level 4. K-Core. Just gotta keep grinding to see her bro Song Fei. Wang Im gets a ping. Shadow found a hidden priestess for M. Mang replies that he trusts the guy. If he vouches, she's in. Shadow sends M to Embertown to power level with her. Cap thinks that's genius since Shell Town's packed like sardines anyway. He looks at Xiaohua, fake apologetic. Zones to high level for you. Kid, you're benched. Zhao Yu is shook. She can't believe her ears. And claims she can totally still clap some new. But mid-Japan, the squad dips. Good luck, LOL. Zhao flips, showing her true toxicity. If y'all want a ghost, just say it. Save the lies. Whatever. She's over M. She'll get Shadow to carry her. Mang rolls up, drops 800 days for that old gear. Mang's squad still owes Shadow some life creds, but swears he'll pay when Capan comes. Shadow's like isn't actually Captain Anu. Boom. Anu lands. Yep, same girl. Confirmed. ID, execution, class, Dragon Knight, rare AF. Top 20 worldwide. She's a total beast. Past life, a gov legend, enemy's worst nightmare. Anne grins, saying it's dope meeting a pro. She digs his moves. Shadow sweats a bit. First time, seeing someone who used to outrank him. Anne's like, your leveling is sus. Any hacks? Jokes he's a time traveler? Cause he's too good. But Shadow's zoning out on how. She wasn't on Wang Ming's squad back then. Still, he gets his 500 days owed. Anu's hoarding lifespan for the city. Anne tells him if he's got more loot, the gov will buy the whole stock. Says she's holding all the cash, so don't PK her. Shadow replies, he ain't that dumb. Teaming up is a win-win. Anu smirks. Knew he was a big brain but Shadow knows she's testing him. Every word, rumors were true. She acts dumb, but is sharp. A good ally to have. Less drama with the feds. IRL, the Song Fei, are blowing up the chat when they wake up. 2 big news. The game lifespan is real life. Hit 0. You die, IRL. Game over. They realize they simped all their life to song and start sobbing. They've got days left. Realizing they've played like total idiots. One mage recalls feeding like crazy, dying constantly. Now she's got 1 day left. She reads the news and freaks out. Can't be real. Then another naughty pops up. Song Fei is buying life. Oh my god. Yes. She's definitely gonna hit him up. He'll totally help her out. She slips into her cutest fit wants that confidence boost, so Fei hypes up her look and vibe. Flip side, Xiao Yu wakes up in her room, totally dazed. Is this IRL, or is she still glitched in the game? Checks her DMS. The going rate for just 1 day of life is 5,000 yuan. With 200 days banked, she's rich. Then, it hits her. Shadow is actively hunting Song Fei. Dude's been clapped 3 times already. She starts shaking. If that timer hits 0 in-game, it's game over IRL. She ain't stressing about herself though. She's panicked for Song Fei. Even with over 100 years of bonus life, 3 deaths knocked him down to just 12 years left. And why is Shadow obsessed with targeting him? Chat says he dropped Fei 3 times while a whole squad watched. Like, Shadow's power level is actually scary. A fangirl texts. Fei needs help. Everyone in the city, sell him your life. Stats. AS. Song Fei is camping, dodging plaza. Buying life at 1 to 10,000. Desperate much. Shy is stressing. The plaza is close, and she can't just chill. She's gotta go save her idol. Obviously. Meanwhile, Shadow's melting mobs, like it's easy mode. Hits level 10 fast. His main stats bump to 2. Plus, he grabs 5 free points and unlocks a new career path. First level 10 in the city. Boom. 7 rep points secured. He's also the first level 10 in the whole country that doubles his rep to 14. Actually, first globally. 21 rep points. Legend status. The warp gate to the abandoned God continent opens. Global alert. Shadow is the first level 10. Everyone gasps. But honestly, no one is surprised. They're just shook that he soloed a gold boss and hit the cap first. Plus, word is he wrecked a certain idol multiple times. 1.5 billion people here, and nobody can touch him. Speaking of, Shadow drops 30 points into backstab, upgrading it from platinum to emerald. Passive buff. Back attacks jump from 40 to 50% damage. He's sitting on 7,000 days of tradable life, which isn't enough. To leave the starter town, he needs 7 level 10s to unlock the warp gate. But the top players are only level 7. Gotta wait. But it works perfectly for his plan. Time to log off and handle the beef with Song Fei. He fades out and snaps back to his room. System asks. Burn life points to make agility real. He has 5 sick cheats to pick from. First up, snatching his class and level. Gear, skills, check he drops 1,000 life days for the class. Boom. Level 2 secured. That cost 2,000 more days. Now for abilities. Logic says, hide her stuff. Should drain life fast. Exponential price hikes. But plot twist. The price tag, is based on the noob level, not the OP Evolve version. Shadow skill, just 900 days. Total bargain. It sinks IRL as a platinum tier power. Feels good being that OP in the real world. He drops 2,262 days for a silver dart skill. Balance check, 1,300 days left. He is tapped out on upgrades for a bit. Platinum power for a trash tier price. Absolute steal. He feels the buzz. His stats are AA normal dudes now. And his agility? 32 points. Literally, superhuman. Bro is a walking nuke. Infinite stealth, plus 14-meter poison shots. Songfei is toast. He doesn't even have to hunt that, wanna be idle. Dude blasts his whole life online. Songfei is buying lifespan like crazy. He knows, Pretty boy wants a rematch after the patch drops. He is only a 10-minute run from Songfei's spot. Phone buzzes. It is Hukaban, that power-tripping manager. He is raging at Shin. GHOSTING. Claims the big lady boss is crushing on him. Shadow ignores it. Who cares about work when the world ends? He eats the phone, goes ghost mode, and smirks. Reality is about to glitch hard. The stadium is a total sit. Songfei lounges on stage while fangirls scream and swoon over their idol. He is posing like royalty. His assistant asks about Shadow clapping him 3 times in game. She says, chill though, she is doxing Shadow right now. Songf asks about the patch. She is like, sent a guy to offer him a bag he can't refuse. Playing wait for him to grab the cash then jump him so Songfei can wreck him properly. Songfei wants to ping ASAP. He wants to crush Shadow himself. He adds, that Jing Corp scams players the same way for slave labor. Apparently, they swap, real cash for life days. Classic pay-to-win evil. Cash out, IRL. Big mistake. The devs kidnap you, torture you, and make you grind for freedom. Songfei's feeling himself, confident in his plan to buy extra years. Then some dude yells at the fangirls, stop selling your lives, you idiots. Devs said 0 game time means 0 real life. Game over for real. Songfei knows, but whatever. Keeps gaslighting fans to sell years and even off people. He sighs like, ooga, just another Tuesday. Drama starts. He stands up and fakes a sorry. Girls scream, no king, you're perfect. Take everything. Just another toxic influencer tricking. Fans into thinking he's all love and peace. Real talk, he only cares about saving his own skin. He caps about helping cops and grinding hard in. Game 2, buy life with his own cash. Trina, top tier idol, everyone can simp for. He cries, fake tears. Whole stadium starts, bawling, thinking, oh my god, he's such a saint for giving back. They're totally brainwashed. Don't apologize, king. Then they all turn on that guy. Who tried to wake him up? That tank mage simp? First to attack haters online, now defending him. Hops on stage, acting like the ultimate fan. Even Songfei's creeped out by her vibes. She says she'd totally delete herself for her idol, even though she's got less than a day left. Says the news is fake and they gotta stay loyal. If you won't die for him, you're fake fans. Somehow, that crazy talk hits. The others, they chant that, even if they've got days left, they'll give it all to Songfei plays her again. I'm so lucky to have you, she ugly cries, thinking she's the main character. Suddenly boom, poison darts straight through his skull. Brains everywhere. He collapses on his super feint. Everyone freezes. Then, the panic hits. Screaming, running, total chaos. Guards shove the assistant run. Get out now. Too scared to look back at her dead boss. She saw a loot droplight orb on his corpse. Then poof, it vanished. Someone definitely swiped it. Game skills. IRL. That poison dart. Only one player plays like that. Just as she realizes, another dart nails her. Headshot. Game over. Spot on. Shadow showed up to delete that glitch for good. Jan City is a total buzzkill since Songfei got wrecked on the main stage. And get this, his mega fan who traded her life for his dead in 5 minutes. Cops are claiming magic took him out, but nobody is buying that nonsense. Shy Yu is shook. Did her bro really just get deleted live? Unbelievable. Breathing 1 second. Game over the next. Life is brutal. Sneaky knife ye. That is 100% a move from that cursed game. Her bestie asks if some tryhard just straight up murked their idol. Rumor says Shadow pawned him 3 times online, but IRL hacks already. Sus. Xiao starts connecting the dots. Maybe the tea is actually real. Shadow farmed him for XP constantly. Talk about a massive grudge match. If her dead fave had a wop, it is definitely this guy. Plus, invis cloaks and knife spam are Shadow's signature moves. He is guilty. She starts bawling. My life is literally over. She sobs dramatically. Shadow brought game cheats to reality. She needs to track him down. Like, right now. She swears she will level up, whatever it takes, since from now on, it is mission mode. Avenge Bro song, Faye and Terminate, Shadow. Meanwhile, Chinfin is just chillin', slurping noodles like a total boss. Even for a god-tier player, grinding burns serious calories. You know, gotta fuel the tank when the munchies hit. Bus texts. Get here ASAP or you are fired and I am keeping your cash. Toxic. Actually, young Shia sent it. She is sweet but gets pushed around way to is back in her past life. Run. She was a member of the Godslayer Guild, but honestly, she was kinda trash at the game. Being a pal, Shadow replies. Ghost that loser boss. Seriously, work is pointless. Spend that time grinding levels instead. Shia hits him up for strats, since everyone says the game is insane. He helps a girl out. Whatever class you pick, dump all stats into agility. She then asks about his grind and if he is banking major coin yet. Shadow keeps it vague. Made peanuts and spent it all already. Xiaoyaya lols, bet you bought a sweet ride and a mansion. No wonder he ditched work. Chinfeng thinks that boss is total garbage. But the real final boss, Chun Chishi, SEO's daughter from his old gig, famous for being a total creep too, guys. She hunts, subordinates, and creeps into hotels with older foreign dudes. Then she tried to bag him next. But Chinfeng has zero interest in being a toy for a shark like her. Chick worships overseas guys and hates her own crew. Total sellout. In his past life, right after launch, she dips and heads to North America to start some weird Alice club she dreamed up. She just wants to watch the whole country burn. Before, she brought Max drama to the nation and wrecked his guild. Gotta delete her now? When she flees, she will be an untouchable raid boss. If Chi-Chi kicks the bucket, that Alice Club ain't ever happening. Word is, half the founders are currently hooking up with her. So if she goes, the squad crumbles, and they ghost each other. Suddenly, his phone blows up. It's his sis. She answers screaming like a total brat, asking if he's dead in that stupid game. Then she goes on about how, since he's sadly alive, she's gotta let him know she's rich enough for a crib, so lose her number. Chinfeng's chill, asking what's up, but she just repeats. He better not stalk her, cause she's Miss Independent now. Chinfeng's like whatever and threatens to hang up. She rages hard, but he is totally over the drama. He bails on the shop, gotta get back to the grind. Soon, peeps at level 10, and bring powers ire, and when that drops, world peace is toast. In-game, Xia is still being a diva when her bestie says say sorry for the carry, but she's too salty. She flipped that life force to Chun for 2 million bat, even copped a house for the squad to crash it. Her master plan? Get cozy with Shadow. That's it. Suddenly, her ex-classmate pulls up. Simping hard, he hands over the assassin book and asks for his reward. She promises to grant his lil wish later, but mentally roasts him for being such a tool. She just needs Shadow so she can ditch scrubs like him. She hits up Wang Mang, offering a sick assassin skill book for Shadow. She claims she drop it for free, but it's all part of the scheme. She thinks this book is her ticket into Shadow's DNA. Once they're tight, she'll stick like glue, healing and carrying, leveling up and babying him until he totally trusts her. She's even daydreaming about dating the guy. But once she's buff, she'll off him and snag his eyes for some. While she's deep in Fantasyland, Mung says Shadow hates the book. Pass. She should just pawn it for cash instead. And pop goes her delusion bubble. Meanwhile, Shadow's back in game, grinding when he hears a brawl. He spots the bossa gnarly golden bug. Level 8. The squad is trying, but they're getting wrecked. Shadow recalls this. Mob has level 2 and sneaking fails. Right then, the boss locks eyes with Shadow and charges straight at him. The assassin rushes in to throw hands too. He spams, slashes, realizing blindside hits are way more OP. If Mob's spot is ghost mode, it's useless. His DPS totally tanks. But that legendary perk buffed a bug's weak spots by 200%. So, of 9 strikes from Shadow slash, 3 crit hard on vitals for triple pain. Nearby, a masked girl is creeping on his game. She's shook. That slash nuked a 1/5 of its HP instantly. She sees him, chuck poison darts, but silver tier means weak sauce damage. Mental note. Grind levels to boost stealth stats. He's zoning out when the bug lifts. A claw? Heads up. The girl screams. He reacts dodging at the last second. She's stunned. Dudes Fazin knows the boss mechanic. He recalls how his squad constantly wiped on this boss before. He learned this domain. Boss isn't about muscle. You gotta vibe with its rhythm. Mastering that made him a top-tier assassin. The bug tries to rage quit and run, but Shadow's got zero chill. Slash, dart, dead. The head rolls, loot, 6,400 XP, 7 PTS, 497 life days. Greedy hand grabs 21 PTS and 497 more life days. Unlocked. Platinum ranked, Blacklight Shield. It swaps all your 4 damage plus an 8-second immune shield. shield down. Dodge rate resets. He spots an epic book. Ghostly blur, 75% evasion. Plus, the shield stacks damage reduction 3 times. Bosses will be, he can even upgrade the shield to epic. 6 points later, his shield is epic level 1. Now it grants 7 layers of defense. He can raid high-level zones early. With 22 points left, he buffs poison darts. 16 points hit Emberlin rank. Toxicity spikes to 80%. Power doubled. 5-second cooldown rivals. Shadow Snake Deep. 2 Assassin. Gears. Drop 2. He equips them fast. First, City of Lightness. Agility and speed boosted over 20%. Second, Heavy Crimson Gloves. Gold tier. 18 defense, element, resists, and constitution stats. New gear boosts, flame, power by 55%. Burn time drops from 12 to 7 seconds. 51, 160 mg. With shield and stats, his combo flows and survivals. Just as he's leveling up his skills, that squad from before runs back, totally shook by his speed. They beg for loot. Shadows like, got a book for mages. Frost Ejection, gold tier, spits an ice ball that bounces 10 times. The price? Just 800 days of your life. No biggie. They whine. It's pricey compared to some level 5 skill. Shadow laughs. It's actually level 7. Upgrade it, and damage spikes 40%. So, honestly, 800 days is a total steal. Masked girl yells mine, and swipes it instantly. Deal done. Shadow just dips after that. He hasn't beat the boss yet, so he spreads gossip to find the gold one. If that monster exists, it could give him infinite fights and max out his stats instantly. Suddenly, he gets a ping from Wang Ming. Xia's trying to gift him a free book. Weird flex, but okay. Probably trash tier, but he knows his sis is up to something. That girl never gives gifts without a scheme. Rumor has it shadow-iced Xiang Fei, so this gift feels super sus. He tells Meng to keep the junk and check it herself. Still, something feels totally off. Is she flirting or avenging her ex? Whatever, he's staying away. He texts Meng, come to town, bring cash. I've got loot to sell. Before they sign off, the leader drops the question Shadow was waiting for. Did you kill Songfei? Shadow doesn't blink. Yep, but Meng knows Shadow was offline when the dude died. That clue proves the cops basically guessed the truth already. Will they arrest him? Shadow checks the clock. In 2 hours, players hit level 10 and powers get real. Once that happens, secrets won't stay hidden. Perfect time to test how the cops handle in-game murder. When Shadow gets back to town, the captain asks straight up if he iced the guy. Shadow admits it instantly, and she just starts laughing. Instead of cuffs, she says their investigation points only to him. But they also found out Songfei and Zhang Li plotted against him and ran a shady player kidnapping ring. So in her book, taking him out was just Shadow figures. The cops aren't actually this chilled with killers. They can't ID him yet. So they're playing nice for now. It's risky. In his past life, he was totally clean with the cops. But this time, he actually took out a real person, and that changes the whole game. Time to see how his rebirth changes things. He sells his platinum gear. The government is buying up literally every piece of gear. Skills too, and since they're loaded with life creds, he's unloading in bulk. Seeing that plat drip, Peeps freaked. Yo, did you solo a boss? 0 world announcements. Sus. Shad spills the tea, real talk. Run Jesus bless a jade chest. Plus, he snagged a jade book. Yiku backs him up, swearing she witnessed the unboxing live. He dubs her Lil Snub, triggering hey cause. She's stuck as Lil Black Wise. She'll get the cute nickname. She whines. Shad teases about a name swap, and she goes full tomato mode. Capan's salty. We wipe on silvers. You're casually looting Plat and Jade? Then Shad drops the price list. Plat, Archer book, 2,500 days. Barracks weapon, 1,500. Plat book runs 3,000. Gold set hits 8,000. He keeps the discount. 25 Plat items for 16,000 flat. Cap'n instantly shouts, deal! Wang's sweating bullets, cause she skipped haggling, but she claims it's a steal, and clears Wang's tab with Shad too. Trade done. Shad nods, you chose wisely. Boom. His life clock hits 10,000 days. That's like 60 years. Total stash, 22,000 days. Basically, 400 mil IRL cash. Pricey for the feds, but the ROI is massive. This loot lets Shanghai City power level their squads fast. Beefier cops mean way less drama later. Plus, Shad secures an edge for the upcoming server wars. Then Ann hits Shad with a worry, saying Dodcorp jailed some players. Wanna help bust him out? Shad figures they're trying to draft him or leverage the song, kill. He's bored, says Pas. He validates their hunch, admitting he used game hacks to delete both Fei and Zhang Li. Warning, at level 10, you burn lifetime to drag powers IR. Get what that means? Don't waste time. and realizes when DOD goons hit. Level 10. The rescue op goes nightmare mode. After the heads up, Shad dips and tells Wong, let's split. Squad stow op now. Grouping just wastes DPS on weak mobs. Solo lead teams, and will XP farm way faster. Mission boost everyone to level 10. Log off, and leak the intel to the offline crew. Crowd sees Shad's shop pop up, but now he's buying, not selling. Offering 30 days for silver boss cords, and 100 days for gold ones. Zhang Li's ex-lackey runs up. Missy promised 300 mil in shares to carry her. He claims it's a once-in-a-lifetime bag, so Shad better grab it. Shadow smirks. Bro, check your connection. I already flatlined Songfei, deleted him IRL too. The kid freezes, totally shook. No way, I literally just saw her. She was gorgeous. Total waste of a hottie, Shadow sighs. But Karma's a witch. She did try to enslave me in the real world. She got instant. Remember when she flashed 10 million for a carry? You said no. Later, the greed hit. So he went to track her down, hoping to snag a cool 5 million. But showing up, IRL rookie move. Thugs knocked his lights out instantly. Woke up in a dungeon, getting whipped and forced to farm lifespan like a total noob. So if Zhang Li is actually toast, good riddance, honestly. I used to clown on you, the kid admits. Turns out, I'm the real idiot. Shadow Sedician. Judging by that, mug, you're a total simp. Bet you helped her kidnap folks, didn't you? Kid denies it. Authorities are already sweeping him up. Game over. Suddenly, a creeper lurking by the clock. Slides, Shadow, coordinates for a silver boss. Deal struck. Meanwhile, Ace of Spades rolls into town with her 2 favorite pets. Rumor has it she's the heiress Chun. Every guy shakes in his boots. She PKs constantly and steals lifespan for fun. To her, this game is just a mall where she swipes daddy's credit card for god-tier loot. Skills. She hires meat shields and hunts players like trophies. Easy mode for rich kids. Impossible grind for broke players. She's still salty the game made her miss her flight. Should be partying in the States, not stuck in this city? She glares at the trembling dudes before her weak sauce. She winks at her buff bodyguards. Much better. She's dying to test drive him. IRL 0. Patience left. She asks if Songfei is actually dead, not that she cares. Dude lasted 1 minute in the sheets. Now she's eyeing Shadow. Local rank 1, spicy. If he managed to delete, a big shot like Songfei, squashing a nobody will be cake. Time to meet. She logs out to have her minions dial him up. Before leaving, she drops a bounty. 3,000 days of lifespan. Forget cash. Time is money. Just wants him to flatline one guy. She's targeting some dude who dared reject her. She wants him 6 feet under IR. Zhao Yu joined Zhang Wei's squad, but she's still total trash. Heal faster, the scrawny kid yells. I almost saw the light tunnel. Zhao Yu rolls her eyes. Major brat vibes. Don't scream at me. You should be grateful I'm even here. Before he can clap back, she raids, dragging Yan with her. She used to sweetly call him pro. Now she's just toxic. Ever since meeting Shadow, she's been acting totally bougie. But he knows reality is gonna slap her face real soon. IRL Shia's in a fancy crib, but wakes up starving. 0 delivery, cause every rider is glued to the game. Then it hits her. Memories of Chinfong's cooking when she did zilch. She shakes it off. Freedom beats food, right? She hypes herself up like, I'm strong, the GOAT, and way better off solo. Meanwhile, Shadow's unbothered, wrecking a silver crab. In an hour, he wipes 4 bosses, for 16 Evo points each. The drops from just one, silver boss hit 3,500 days, so he's rocking full gold gear. His cooldown reduction jumped from 55 to 75%, cut and slash lag from 12 seconds to 6. No platinum bosses nearby, so gold gear is the max vibe for now. Only way up is spending Evo points to level his class. Plus, platinum bosses have level 2 anti-stealth hacks. You gotta grind fast and hit stealth level 3, saving 20,000 X. Need level 3 plus to not get one shot. Old life, took 20 pros with perfect teamwork to kill one. Time to dip back to town and sell loot to the feds. Plan is to stay number 1 and snag that world first kill. Back in the city, he buys boss cords for 105 years of life. Dude walks up offering a hit job. Good pay, IRL target. Shadow ghosts him, but the guy chases saying, it's easy. Just delete this Chinfong guy. I got his addy. Claims it's free cash. Shadow pauses. Wait, that's him. Guy won't spill, just says 3,000 days payment. That's like 50 million. When someone big wants him gone. Can't be anyone from his current or past life. Way too early for enemies. Last time, the beef only started mid-game. Only Chun-Chi-Chi has the cash and motive right now. Only she's wild enough to put a bounty out this early. But if she really wanted him dead, why wait till now? Waiting means she's playing a different angle. Bet she just wants to link up with Shadow. and killing Chinfong is just a bonus for rejecting her. Shadow cracks up at her little game. Cute, he was gonna find her, but she saved him the trip. He takes it, now, and I decide when he dies. Courier's sweating buckets cause he needs a sig for the loot. Green light lit, shadow bags, 1500 days of life. Creds, calls it interest. She can wait, he's hunting Kai and Chi-Chi soon. Messenger guy also hands over the target deets, which plot twist is, literally his own house. Shadow dips, promising dubs. Then Naibi halts him, selling cords. She's got a gold boss loke and wants them to swap receipts. By says to just tail her north. It's a trek, but she's down to be his GPS. Says it's a plague bearer, meaning she's totally faced it before. She asks if he needs heals again since the boss has poison ticks. Shadow's like nah, just show the way. Yep, gold tier. Has a toxic aura draining HP every sec, if close. To win, Shadow gotta speed run it, a few combos, and this mob is toast. At the cave, brags her squad, wrecked others, but lost to boss. Then she points at the gold boss Black Bear. Shadow pays, figuring he can dodge. 75% evasion, FT, but Bai doesn't bail. Guilt trip hits. She confesses. Yo, heads up, it's a trap. Once aggro starts, gankers appear with level 2, anti-stealth gear. Claims they made her fake friend him too. Docs his real ID, then stab him in the back. She's spilling cause of IRL blackmail. She wants him to leave. Dumb plan, Shadow thinks. Who's the mastermind? Bai drops the name. Dongfang Xian, aka Gamertag Shiyun. Dude's already been pwned by Shadow once. Shadow recalls that Kemper who tried to jump him while he fought a boss, then offered a skill book to say sorry. By figures, if Shadow claps Songfei, Dongfeng is easy. Shadow's, like, not my main quest RN, gotta slay the boss first. But hey, Yono reverse card, let Dongfeng's goons wipe here. Bai tries to block him, warning that they had 18 guys get wrecked in under 30 seconds. Poisons OP, even with resistance. He's gonna get flatlined. She thinks about bailing, but see Shadow popping ult buffs and throat cut. One hit wipes 2/3 HP, 80,000 damage. He kites to the cliff, deciding not to end it yet. Waiting for the griefers while cooldowns reset. Goons rush in but can't spot stealthy Shadow, so they rush by. She equips a gold shield and tanks the hit. Shadow notes her, def is cracked. Barely anyone can pen that. Sick of waiting, he pops a kill skill on the goons, then sucks their life dry with a flower curse. Bee's totally lost on the flowers, but super glad she didn't roll with Dong. If she did, toast, just like his boys. She adds Shadow. Next time Dongfeng slips, I'll track his crib. Shadow nods, dips, but she yells, yo, let me pay you back somehow. Just name it. Pass, Shadow says, heading back to end the Black Bear. LVL 7, got 555 life days. Drainy 10 noobs was nothing compared to boss loot. He knows they won't chill, just more drama incoming. You good? He asks. I just wants to bounce. Greedy hand snags a plat book. Darkest moment. Assassin skill? Blasts, black light, blinding everyone. He figures, hey, blind M without hiding. I still wreck M. Boss sees through stealth, whatever. Still huge damage. Also, scored a plat rogue blade. Over 216 attack. Needs level 10. Hits poison foes. Boom in 3 secs for half damage. Shadow's vibing with the loot, sitting on 98 Evo points. That Epican's gonna go legendary real soon. 10,000 XP 2 level. Time to grind trash mobs. He goes ham on sea critters, wiping M out. Boom. Tier 1 job unlocked. Stats, triple up. Strength, focus, speed, spirit, stealth time doubles. He feels totally cracked now. Restart. In stealth, infinite invis mode unlocked. Vision range jumped from 2x to 3x to Tier 1 is broken. Shadows, loving it. Then the server shouts. 7 peeps in Jinghai hit. Level 10, Gourd portal opens in 10 mins. Grab your squads and hit the chords ASAP. Shadows, ranked first. Grey Rose, second. Wangmang, third. He knows these tags. Last life? This board was all foreigners. Sell in that, looks gear flip to meta heart. Will the world map play out different? He's hyped. IRL cops finally busted the crime ring. The main villains are camping in-game, making their avatars untouchable by the law. The lead detective tells the squad to ping Captain Ann. Force those suspects offline. Everyone agrees, this strat is total gold. Since safe zones can't stop real-world hunger, empty stomachs always win. The moment they log off for a snack, handcuffs, time. Honestly, their win rate is only high thanks to Shadow. Dude leaked the Evil Corp's intel and warned them about powers bleeding into reality. If the cops had lagged even a bit, Boss Lee's crew would have hit level 10. That means real-world superpowers and zero chance of arresting them. Overseas servers are chaos total anarchy, with thousands of players wiped out. But Guyland City is chill, since the feds have OP gear and teams logged in. Big ups to Shadow for the carry. In-game, by teases him. Look at you, playing the big hero. Shadow's confused. Huh, what are you on about? She explains the news is painting him as the savior who stopped Song 3's PK racket. Shadow instantly gets it. Feds are hyping him up so he'll play nice later. Classic manipulation. Ignoring the fame, he asks, "Did you track Dongfang's coordinates yet?" She shakes her head. Dude hasn't logged off, so no IP trace available. Whatever. Shadow's over it anyway. Griefing that loser, Dongfang can wait. He's got a date with the abandoned continent. To him, this town is just a newbie. Nursery. The real game doesn't start until he hits the continent. He pops stealth and teleports, leaving the randoms scratching their heads. They realize he must be packing way more than level 2 stealth and some serious anti-detection buffs. He spawns on the continent, and deja vu, it's exactly like his past life. He loads into the Jinghai ruins. First-timers always spawn in their home city wreckage. The map layout is a perfect copy of the real world, though nobody knows why the devs did that. While he's exploring, a mob tries to gank him from behind. He spins Shadow slash and deletes the Earthshaker instantly. No safe zones here. Mobs are everywhere, so stay frosty or get wrecked. But find a hidden bunker, and you can build a base to claim the turf. Shadow already knows. The ultimate camping spot in Jinghai is northwest, the exact HQ the Gods Guild used back in the day. Dead set on taking it back, he beelines for the coordinates. Wang Meng's squad spawns in too, freaking out over the familiar roof. They spot Ganling Tower and realize, yo, this is literally our city. Hey, remembers hearing? Shadow warped here too, but the guy is ghosting them completely. She starts scanning, but suddenly, 2 worm monsters rush the team. Instant brawl, but yo, these regular MOBs are way buffier than those silver tier scrubs back home. It was sweaty until he dropped her op fireball to nuke and Mangs like Iku launched the Aldrone. Bird's eye view says, monster mosh pit, way too many to count. The noise drew a crowd, and now the whole server's rushing. No safe zone nearby. Big yikes. The squad's getting super twitchy. Totally feels like hardcore survival mode now. Hey, tells Yiku to ping Shadow. He just got here. Can't be far. Yiku scans and says, nope, no. Signal on him. But wait, she spots a shiny light to the northwest. That is definitely the glow of sweet loot. Gotta be Shadow. Dude's bag is full, so he's leaving the trash drops. Anne's hyped. Follow the breadcrumbs straight to Shadow. Meanwhile, Shadow's chilling, farming mobs like it's nothing. Spamming Shadow Slash for 20 or 30,000 damage. These creeps are squishy compared to him, getting deleted instantly. He finds the spot, but it's buried under a pile of rubble. Secret base, underneath. Nobody found this for ages in the last run. This crib has over 1,000 bedrooms and huge halls. The biggest base in the city for his future guild. But for real, right now, it's just a robo-dungeon with a scary boss. Big map equals big bad boss. Classic gaming logic. Last life, even with his fancy gold Slayer guild, he needed 3 squads of 18 level 15 pros. And they still almost wiped trying to take this place. This time, solo run. He's totally got this purification zone. The mobs here are level 12 gold spirits, and they all aggro him at once. Too bad he's a top-tier assassin. They didn't get the memo. Pops a stealth blind, then shreds them with Shadow Slash. They're dropping like flies. 0, fight back. Blind status means massive crit damage. Basic attacks one-shot these level 12 minions. All cleared. Shadow knows this is just the tutorial level. Basically, 1,000 rooms left. Gonna be a long grind session. After this farm, he can finally upgrade Greedy Hand. Kill 'em all. Spawn the boss. He's itching for that fight. Suddenly, level 10 players worldwide spawn. In the Forgotten Lands, they recognize their wrecked cities. New York, London, Paris, everywhere's total. Ruin just thousands of mobs and 0 safe zones. So, dead. In the Jinghai ruins, Wang's crew is hiding, totally gassed. Their main mission isn't PvP, just tracking down Shadow for a hard carry. Kepanan's totally zoned out, though, crushing hard on that OP assassin vibe. While she's fangirling over his stats, Shadow's off grinding mobs, like he's cutting butter. Mung's getting cringe vibes from her but keeps his mouth shut. Little Black suddenly asks, yo, where's the spawn point if we get wrecked? No one's got a clue, so they're all betting on Shadow to crack the code. Mang tells Anne the squad shouldn't YOLO into danger. Better to camp till everyone hits level 10. Meanwhile, Yege's still hunting for Shadow, trailing the loot he forgot to pick up. She spots where the drop stop dude must have vanished right there. She thinks about ninja looting, but chickens out, too risky. Ming says he'll slide into Shadow's Demas first, and if he says keep it, then it's free real estate. Meanwhile, Shadow just swept 4 halls and 1,000 rooms. Wrecked over 400 mobs for bronze bosses and 2 silver ones, grabbing 80,000 XP and hitting 205 Evo points. Just needs 5 more to upgrade that greedy hand skill. Then Mung texts, "We tracked your loot trail," adds he borrowed some drops, but promises to pay up. Shadow hits back. "Talk later when I've got bulk gear to sell." Mang drops a pin at the Ruins bunker so they can link up. Suddenly, the big bad palace guardian shows up. Soul Purifier Fisa. Platinum grade, gotta beat him to claim the palace title. Other mobs hit level 15, but this guy is the ultimate boss, rocking 750,000 HP in 3 fight phases. In his last run, that Thunderstrike was instant game over. Even decked in gold armor, he barely scraped by. But this totally different story. Before the zap hits, Shadow combos slash and throat slit. The Purifier still fires off lightning, but Shadow's agility is too cracked to hit. One hit with his current defense would have toasted him. Platinum boss skills have crazy aim assist. He dodges normal mobs 75% of the time, but a level 15 Platinum boss lands, hits with 50% odds. Luckily, with his insane speed, Shadow's sprinting at over 40 meters per second. If he stays focused, he can sidestep the bolt before it lands. Shadow ain't giving this guy a single opening. Drops another combo, deletes 250,000 HP, and triggers phase 2. Now the boss goes invincible and spams homing lightning orbs. Pop the orbs first, or the boss goes psycho mode. Last life, Shadow's whole squad got roasted by that rage. His cyst rage quit forever. Round 2, he benched her and they crushed it. Respawned, now. He's totally over the guilt trip. He eats poison darts at the orbs, which hurts the boss too, since their HP is linked. All orbs popped. Boss drops into phase 3. Zapstorm explodes. Its final phase. I'll spam time. Back in the old days, the guild needed full anti-shock gear. Even with 4 healers, they barely scraped by. This run, he's skipping all that drama. He jumps, cause the floor is literally electric death, aerial combat for the win. Mixing shields and sky attacks like a Shadow slash the level 15 platinum boss is dust. Level 11, 10 stats, 20 Evo points. Sweet. He's also the first dude worldwide to solo a platinum boss. Plus, 10 rep. Best part? He totally owns the zone. Now, the hideout isn't just a save zone. It's storage that spawns in real life too. Before, when the game dropped, real guns rotted. Even nukes were useless bricks on day 1. Stuff like fighter jets, tanks lasted a bit, then turned to junk. Eventually, every real-world fight relied purely on game loot power. Game bases became IRL bunkers with magic walls. He recalls plenty of ups and downs, but the cringe stuck cause folks left and the drama never ended. No way he's repeating that mess. He'll solo grind to the top until he's Meanwhile, Shia is total trash tier. Useless. Getting wrecked by weak mobs constantly. Crazy how she flops, even with a massive axe. Shell goes full brat mode, blaming Wei for it all. Dude had no choice but to rage quit the group. Yan freaks out mid-fight cause their tank bailed. Before she can react, she's dead too. Back alive, she tells Xiaoliu, "Let's grind noobs." She says time's running out and she's terrified. Xiao fakes a nod, but couldn't care less. System screams. Shadow just wrecked a platinum boss. Chat goes wild. Nobody thinks he's actually that Zhao Yua rages at her squad for being total noobs who can't even beat a silver. Meanwhile, Shadow's already the first platinum slayer. Classic toxic behavior. Zero accountability. Shadow ignores the drama and just spends his XP and stat points. He dumps everything straight into agility, high speed, plus infinite stealth equals cheesing bosses untouched. He didn't expect the plat boss to drop 20 evolution points? Boom. Upgrades greedy hand from epic to legendary tier. Passive buff, unlocked. Greed space, that's 100 extra inventory slots. Sick bonus, time to hoard literally every piece of junk he finds. Uses the hand to vacuum up loot. Scores 5 bonus items and another 100 Evo points. 2 of those drops are assassin gear, plus a sweet skill book. To low level to equip him yet, so into the stash they go. Tells his minion to pile up the rest of the junk for easy grabbing. With like 115 points, he buffs his basic skills to epic level 1. Stealth, enhanced backstab, and moment of darkness all hit epic status. Also boosts Curse of Blooming Flowers to legendary. Unlocks a crazy new perk. The flowers can suck up non-tradable lifespan now too. High-level rage zone strain life fast, usually burning the non-tradable stuff first. Basically means he's got infinite lifespan glitch now. Never running out? Total god tier skill. Shadow is super hyped about the unlock. Nibby D Mizm, grats on the world first. Platinum kill. She's got T. Dung Feng Xian. Finally logged out. Apparently, His clan is meeting at Jiangang restaurant. They brought tons of lifespan cash to convert into in-game power. She warns him, if he doesn't, wipe the whole squad now. She's toast. Shadow gets the vibe. Shadow grabs the loot pile, his minions stacked up. Inventory's half empty, so he heads to Wang M to vend the trash. Gets to the cords and Captain and rushes him like a fangirl girlfriend. Shadow swerves her to talk biz. He names the price. Take it or leave it. Says most of this gear, bronze tier. So he's dumping it for 950 lifespan. Wang Meng doesn't even haggle. Drops 2,000 lifespan instantly. Easy money. Then Shadow drops the premium stash. Silver, gold, platinum gear. Worth 18,000. Wang Meng mashes the buy button and transfers the cash. Done deal. Little Black asks if he's dormant. Shadow leaves him on read. So, he drops some knowledge on them instead. Under that busted statue in the city ruined? Yeah, secret stairs leading to a fast travel circle back to Noob Village. But if they want to bounce back to this spot later, it's gonna cost M500 lifespan. Steep price. One-time fee though. Free re-entry after. So they gotta use their brains before clicking accept. Shadow dips after dropping that info, leaving them convinced he's some Isekai protagonist, since nobody else knows that cheat code. Wang Meng just face and begs her to quit thirsting over him cause it's super cringe and giving everyone a migraine. Shadow drags his hacks into IRL mode, sensing up his level and job evolution. Dude burns 27,000 days of life just to pull it off. Snags his other perks too, like Shadow Stealth, but way buffed up. He coughs up more life, points to max out Shadow. Stealth to level 10, and ports over backstab boost. Greedy hand, insta/shadow sneak mode flower curse thingy, black light shield. Ninja boots, and that fateful pendant straight into reality. Loot secured. That youth pendant isn't just for the minion it spawns is basically god mode out here. After blowing through his stash, he's down to just 486 days of spendable life. Yikes. But now, he's as OPR as he is in-game, which should keep him alive for a hot minute. Gotta grind more lifespan though, so next time he logs, he can go full sync. Anyway, he logs out and spawns back in his actual bed. Then it hits him Kinshichi doxed him and put a bounty on his head. Time to yeet himself out of there? Pronto. He tries to download the soul purification base, but that hideout costs over 1,300 years. Way over budget. Guess he needs to find a cheap Airbnb or temporary base first. Plan set, he spams greedy hand to grab all his gear. Then he just jumps out the window, totally ignoring that he's in a skyscraper. The spot where Dongfang's fam is munching lunch is only 50 minutes out, but with his speed hacks, he'll be there in under 10. Dude zoom in like a bullet train. So fast he's basically invisible to the NPCs on the street. Meanwhile, at the fancy diner, the Dongfang crew is chowing down and talking strats for the game. Big boss Grandpa Dongfang sits at the head, yapping about how game skills and life points are leaking into reality now. Basically, it's their chance to get buffed before everyone else catches on. Everybody's hyping up Gene, and even Gramps admits the kid isn't total trash. They wailed hard on tradable lifespan to buy epic gear and skill books. Pay to win much. The strat is to power level the main squad to 10 ace off and own the server. Once they hit that cap, they're gonna spread their cloud in game and IRL. Leveling both sides means the fam stays on top for thousands of years. Dynasty vibes. Shen isn't buying the hype though. Loki, he just wants the old geezer to game over so he can take the throne. Bro plans to capture Shadow, steal his immortality, cheats, and live forever. With those hacks, Kan wants to be top dog, then yeet his whole fam to secure the throne. Zero, chill. Gramps hits him up for a status update on the Shadow hunt. Chehan's like, chill, we good. They found a solid gal to bait Shadow out, expecting a DM any second now. Joke's on him though she already flipped sides, spilled the tea to Shadow, and the Reaper is en route to clap them all. Meanwhile, Shadow's literally camping outside their dinner spot. He hears chatting inside, having already wiped the bouncers. Total stealth kill. He didn't expect some of the fam to be packing heat. His stealth and shields aren't totally bulletproof yet, since he didn't bring his tank gear IRL. A headshot equals instant game over. So, he sends his zombie minion to tank the aggro first. Mission, delete everyone. Leave 0 witnesses. Zombie busts in with claws and green fire. It's go time. Everyone screams and starts blasting, but bullets bounce off a silver tier boss. He roasts him with green flames and tears, and apart. Even Gramps gets wrecked. Dude tries to bail, hoping to log in and hiding. Too slow. Shadow's already spawned camping. The exit. Before he can blink, Shadow snipes his head. Then he pops a curse skill to farm the guy's lifespan. Boom. Loots 27,000 tradable days and 482 years. Massive XP gain. Just another winning day for our boy. That cursed flower perk is sweet too. It deletes the bodies and blood while slurping up every drop of life. Shadow's life bank is now near 23,027 years. Later, when he hits the PvP zone, he won't be sweating it at all. He hears NPCs screaming for cops. Time to ghost. Cops swarm the place, but find zero empty lobby. Reports said gunshots, but there's no loot, no people, no blood. Just glitching out of existence. Shadow dips and picks his next quest. Target. Key and HQ moved to NA servers before the game dropped. But the boss's daughter Chi-Chi is still stuck on this map. Gotta take her out before she transfers servers. Jingai to Modu is like 300 clicks away. Walking takes 2 or 3 hours. Ain't nobody got time for that. He needs a fast travel hack. So, he logs back in. In-game, Shadow thinks about grinding some silver and gold bosses for fun. Suddenly, Capan slides into his DM. She says Little Black found a temple entrance, but blocked by a nasty gold ghost. Yeah, they took a major L, headed back to town, took a side path to skip lame mobs. Midway through, realized they were down a homie. Looked around and found hey, creepy Tomb Zone meant team chat was dead. 0 bars. Went down and saw a level 12 boss going psycho mode. Lucky for them, they booked it and barely made it out. Anne asks if he wants the location drop. Shadow's Shuklo Black finds epic loot just walking. He asks for cords. She says, sell us the goods later. Shadow thinks, dang, she is all about that hustle. Gets there, spots a well, and just cannonballs right in. System pings immediately. No signal down here, buddy. Walked a bit, boom gold ghost with a massive sword. Back in his old life, he had never met this guy. Looks like a heavy hitter with reach, though. No wonder Anne's crew ran for the hills screaming. Shadow dodges. 1 hit equals instant game over. Hits back with graceful release, instant shadow. Slash, slit throat. Boom. Boss delete. Tough skin. Shadow slash only. Did 80% DM. Leaving, but a limb drops next to him. Super sketchy. Bad news. The mob turns into a literal bomb. Boom. Cursed explosion almost ended his run right there. Shadow stealth saved his bacon. Super close call. Old life flashback. Beat a mystery boss once. Teammate rushed for loot and got blown to bits. Rip. Sometimes whole squads got wiped just like that. Didn't think a tomb boss would pull a uses greedy, snags, plat blade, and 110 life. Totally solid haul. That blade skill, coats, weapons and darkness, hits all. In 5 meters, plus 500 dark bonus points. Upgrades it to epic. Let's see the stats now. Range hits 12 meters. Damage jumps to 1300. Al skill. So the damage isn't totally crazy, weaker than slash, but for mob clearing, top tier stuff. Shadow slash only has a 5-meter line, straight shot only, but this ring blade wipes everything around him. Got platinum resentment armor too, plus 30 attack. Effect is meh, but defense and block stats are insane. Strong enough to swap out his level 5 gold, ghostfire, leather gear. 20 plus items. Selling means 10,000 days life. Dungeon unlocked. He's hunting for legendary loot and, fingers crossed, a sick new ride. Meanwhile, Xiao and her bestie Yanyan are getting absolutely wrecked by noob mobs. Poor Wai is dragged along, questioning his life choices, stuck with a feeder like Xiao. He grabs her, spitting facts. She's just eye candy with 0 skills. And the reason they keep wiping. With only 2 years left, he warns her to avoid him at school, or she's toast. He yeets her aside and rage quits, leaving Xiao. Yan suggests crashing at her parents' place back in town. There's a charity there for old folks in gaming, rejects like them. But Xiao, queen of bad choices, can't think straight to save her life. Still salty about the roast, she snaps at Yan to go solo. Waking up triggered, she hits up her simp army for help. They all ghost her, calling her a clown since they know she's just a gold digger. Out of options, she starts sobbing, thinking she's the main character in a tragedy. Then she remembers her bro, her ultimate safety net. He always fixes her mess, so she hunts him down. She puts on the puppy eyes, planning to fake cry her way back into his good graces. She storms over to his place, but gets 0 response. She pounds on the door, busts in, and ... empty room. Even his number's dead. Like literally everyone else. Bro just blocked her eye. Meanwhile, deep in the tomb, Shadow clears the map like a boss. He reses his loyal minion, grinding through 200 mobs and some mid-tier bosses. Boom. Shadows, almost level 12. Just 1 creepy coffin left to go. Pop the lid, trigger the boss. He's praying for a platinum tier baddie. He revives his zombie pal and tells him to take the bait. Predictably, the boss one-shots the zombie. But wait, it's invisible? It's Deadly Miasma, a gold-tier fog monster that laughs at physical hits. Shadow recalls from his past life. This gas cloud once escaped and wrecked the nearest base. Clueless players got wiped out, get possessed, you're dead, unless cleansed or immune. Its core is hiding in that toxic vape cloud. But Shadow, totally chill. He uses his Dark Knight ring and deletes the miasma instantly. Even for gold tier, that thing hit harder than a platinum. Still, only gold loot drops. Major letdown, he wanted platinum swag. But hold up, what's that? A rare Mount Bell. Finally, he scored his first ride. Hey, proves she's his lucky charm once again. Ding! Mount Bell scores him a Ghost Night Wolf at level 11. Sick. It throws hands and zooms, literally the fastest ride you can get early on. Bestie shares his XP so they level up together. Squad goals. Swift Sprint adds 245% speed. Zoom. Nightwalker gives perma-stealth after dark, but it breaks if it bites, plus triple pounce smacks a foe 3 times hard. Wolf Howl buffs attack and defense by 35%. OP much. Mount plus Battle Pet equals a massive W4 Shadow. He cruises the city on his new ride, already plotting to hit level 15 and cash out lifespan to keep the wolf. Next logout. He's motobound to delete Chunchi by drama. For now, he hits Jinghai Arena. This massive spot with 2 basements and infinite mobs. Perfect for power leveling. Monster Knights guard the palace, but Shadow drops in and one-shots him with Shadow Slash. Next day, Cap's team is farming mobs when the director's son starts simping and cheering her on. Loki, he's obsessed with her hidden dragon class. He's drooling over her damage until she hypes up Shadow. Then he gets totally salty. He calls Shadow a camper who cheeses bosses. 0 skill, barely heroic. He thinks Anne should feel lucky, since his daddy's rich and powerful. Anne hates flatterers and roasts him instantly. Can't take the heat, so he rages, calling Shadow toxic and thirsty for blood. Claims Shadow's an IRL villain and wants to dox him with a trap. He thinks forcing Shadow to work for the cops will make people safe. Or else, more stars like Song Fei get deleted and everyone panics. Anne and Mang look at each other and LOL. Total fail. Now he's beet red and fuming, and raging like a toddler while everyone ghosts him. Mang gets real though, says he's kinda shook. He brings up that restaurant where the Dongfang fam vanished at a potty. Do the cops know? Shadow did it and swept it under the rug. They don't get Shadow's vibe, and Mang wonders if he's an actual serial killer. Anne says the feds are on it. They suspect Shadow, but 0 receipts. Even if true, she's still riding with him. If the suits won't clean his mess, she'll handle it solo. Mang doesn't get why she's such a stand for Shadow, but honestly, she just wants to be his bae. Suddenly, Ye yells out, they found a gladiator arena next door. Every mob inside is unalived. Floors, just corpses. Nobody knows who is OP enough to clear the map. Palace vibes. The squad is shook by the loot everywhere. Deaf Shadows mess. They're hoping, if they get lucky, they'll bump into him. Naeong throws a fit again. Claims Shadow isn't the only cracked player. Swears with stealth and time he'd match that grind. Says he's just busy. Meanwhile, Anne's already DMing her crush for cheap gear and skill books. Boom. Shadow drifts in on his lethal mount, flooring the whole crew, and included Capes, at that sick ride. Says he found it at their cords. Props to Lil Black, my lucky charm. Then he offers in a whole loot pile for the same price. She pays instantly. You're always fair with us, bestie. Neon is steaming from the public elsewheres. He'll get revenge on Shadow. Shadow hits level 13. After sweeping the arena ruins, he snags a gold tier silent stealth book. Perma-stealth mode, active just, don't move or attack. Break it with a hit, that's 300 bonus damage. Buffs his sneak game and gets freaky IRL too. Mixed with the login iframes, he basically ghosts reality. Just like that, he hits epic grade instantly. Still got Evo points, time to juice up more skills. Poison Dagger goes epic. Grace Unsealed hits mythic. Snags the Liar's Pendant 2 Platinum Assassin Blink. Checks his build. Stealth level 4, literally uncounterable now. Equips Veil of Shadow. Dodge rate spikes to 83%. Cruising the city on his mount, he bumps into a mega boss. The Steel Saint, next level baddie. Only maniacs poked her. She wrecked Jinghai. 1,000 rated, 4,000 died. She's not just a boss, but the church sanctum guardian. Big deal. Shadow meant to clap. Chi-Chi first, but since Saint Tess pulled up, she's going down. Rolls up and sees folks trying to raid her. Spoiler, they're getting wiped. Then he peeps a familiar face. It's Chun Wui. Hidden Templar class, rivaled Shadow for 9 years. No winner. Dude was super sus. And toxic, dirty plays, then combat logged. When losing, old timeline, Wooing's Knights, Sanctum Guild down to the Saint. People said the West was Blade Gods, East was Kings. They ran the ruins. Wooing made all his noobs. Signed contracts sketchier than a fishing link. He offered safety but taxed 50% of their life. Total scam. Ran a toxic farm for the elites. Cruel, but the grind paid off. Shadow's thinking. Zeto Shensi, you escape fun. Dude eats himself straight into the action. Darkblade swipe everyone nearby gets deleted. Wooming's shook. Tries to argue. If that's you, we're chill, right? Asking why the friendly fire, Shadow says nothing. Spams instant shadow / Wooming gets absolutely wrecked. Casts cursed flower and sucks their health bars dry. They respawn and realize Shadow's still draining their battery. Only fix is to rage quit and log back in. Classic. Zhao, you got caught lacking. Horrified her life, bar is blinking red. Shadow realized he just flatlined his own sister and stole her stats. But honestly, she deserved the karma. Suddenly, the Steel Saint boss tries to vibe check him. Shadow hits the dodge button with Faint Ghost Shadow. Phase 1 looks like tutorial mode. Kinda mid difficulty. Boss misses, gets salty, and spins axes at nothing. Major whiff. Shadow's already airborne. Flexing with graceful release. Combos into slit throat. Critical hit. Boss is stunned. But the real nightmare is just loading up. Phase 2 is why this boss is absolute cringe to fight. Health hits 50%, and boom, demon mode activate. Now she reflects damage. Hit her, and you play yourself. Rumor says her stomach is a portal to the backrooms. Nobody fact-checked that in the last playthrough though. Meanwhile, a squad on the roof is yapping about how wall shadows used to wipe parties. Debating if it was really a shadow or a glitch. Total noobs. Shadow knows the paparazzi are watching, but leaves them on read. The Saint has a massive exploit in Phase 2. Reflect drops on attack. That's the window to strike. But Shadow's combo moves deal damage over time. Cast those. And he one-shots himself. Big, oof. Shadow eyes, the spectators, and thinks, human shields. Captain shows up. Squad says, boss moves are basic. They also noted the boss entered rage mode. Shadow goes, Captain tells Shio, pop ready. Level 3 scan found nothing. She assumes he dipped, thinking the coast is clear. Captain jumps in. He dives in, telling the squad to keep their eyes peeled for Shadow and holler if he pops up. The crew is sweating it, but they stand Cap since he used to be a total pro gamer legend. Back at the new village, he dodged a whole combo like a ghost. 0 damage. Old habits from his pro streaming days kick in. His reflexes are cracked against this boss. Squad goes wild as he lands a sick lunge strike, splitting into 3 clones to slice the Saintus with insane accuracy. Boss health melts to a third instantly. So fast. Team's hyped, Cap's flexing, but he totally misses the nasty trap coming. Since a platinum boss reflects hits, he eats his own damage and gets one. Team is shook. They're confused. Meanwhile, Shadow's watching the fail from the cheap seats. He sees Cap went full aggro with no chill. While the boss spammed skills, dropping her health bar a ton, dude hit hard but wrecked himself on the reflect shield. Big oof. Rip. But hey, now is Shadow's time to shine. When the Saint tries to bail to the church for heals, Shadow knows if she recharges, his whole grind is wasted. Gotta rush her now and end this drama for good. Cap's crew realizes Shadow was lurking and their leader was just clowning around. Shadow pops his blacklight shield, stacking 10 layers to block incoming hits. Boss swings, he stacks energy shields. Bam, down to 7 layers. Without that buff, he would be total toast. Saintus dives again, roasting all his shields with fire breath. Any slower, and he would be charcoal. Right now, she charges. Shadow realizes he has only got his shield and instant attack left. He plays it safe and slow. Crowd is stunned, anyone can pull this off. After a super sweaty brawl, Shadow lands the kill shot on the Titanium Saint. Scores 48,000 XP, 120 Evo points, and the Sanctum Key uses Greedy Hand to snag the loot, getting Black Flame's gift. This armor's defense is strictly better than other sets. It stacks Black Flame on baddies. When you hit or get hit, nerfing defense by 7%. Per stack up to 5. The passive debuffs them even more. Way better than that Purifier boss gear. Got Assassin's Intuition and Emberland Eye to spot invisible foe. It is OP, so he buffs it to Legendary, then dumps the last 97 points to make Stealth Legendary too. Captain Ann runs up, asking what is for sale. Like a hungry dog, she drops 45,000 lifespan days on the lot. Shadow teases more goods, asking if they know about hideouts. Ann says they are for loot storage and have anti-raid barriers. Shadow mentions a small one dropped by a gold boss. Ann hits him with a reality check. 0 hideouts found in our hood so far. Magic City Feds snagged a mid-tier one though, which spilled the tea on their existence. Shadow smirks, betting she doesn't get the full picture yet. If she knew the worth, she'd flip over this Cathedral Sanctum key he just scored. Ann and M drop their jaws, but Shadow starts dropping knowledge bombs. Bigger base equals beastlier defense in walls that don't crumble like cookies. An 800-month spot. That's a private crib for every Fed in Yangi. Ann asks for the price tag, but Shadow tells her to go huddle with the higher-ups first. Dude knows from his past life this bad boy is worth 2,000 years of juice. If he pulls off this deal, he's basically hitting the jackpot. Enough lifespan to download his entire op kit and skills into reality. And nods on the intel, but drops a weight. There's more on him. Word from Dark Moon Town is 7 gold tier bosses are throwing a rage party. A ton of players have already been deleted from existence. Feds are waiving a 10-year lifespan bounty for anyone brave enough to help. Shadow rolls his Ice 7 bosses. The cops could grind that eventually. Something's fishy. And sighs and spills the beans. You got it. They clapped one boss, but the thing just Then all 7 went Super Saiyan and wiped the squad in a blink. Shadow's brain gears turned sounds like those puppets from the cursed slate. Gotta be minions spawned by that ancient gold stone tablet thingy. If that legendary slate is really there, he'd be an idiot to sleep on it. He grabs the GPS drop and books it straight there. Cruising on his mount, he spots a girl gang harassing Zhao Yu. They're jumping her, screaming she's a thirsty guild hopper while she can't even block. He figures ever since she stepped foot in the Night Temple, she's drowning in drama. Seen that toxicity a million times before. Oldham would have played Big Brother and saved her instantly. Not this run. He ghosts, letting her learn to throw hands on her own. Underneath the massive statue, the Ruin Center, he locates a secret warp, point back to Noobtown. Totally unknown spot, but the fast travel fee is no joke. First ride is 500 days, then 1,000, then 2 doubles every time. The reason is, that sleepy starter town levels up into a nightmare zone where trash mobs turn into bosses and loot drops, staring him right in the face. Epic loot. The Ancient God tablet. Totally, gotta have it. Bosses popped up in Dark Moon Town, an endgame zone he never even saw last life. Weird vibe here. Young players carry the boomers against monsters. In exchange, the old folks tip them with a few years of life. One granny stiffed him, so Shadow deleted her and told the cops to grab the drop. Suddenly clicks in his brain. The Dream Sand River Guild calls this place home. Since day one, they played the good guys, helping seniors into the gods' abandoned continent pro bono until the government made it official. It's the North's biggest squad now. Exactly the crew this messed up world was craving. Meanwhile, Shia's bestie Yan is busy busting monster heads with the fam. They sweat buckets, but finally wreck the creeps and bounce back to the city. Her mom starts grilling her about Xiao joining that Night Temple crew and how their fees are total robbery. Yan's bummed because she tried to recruit Xiao, but got left on read basically. Thanks to them, Xia's already hit level 10, like a speedrunner. Dad claims she's just a pawn, while mom throws shade saying that 3-year deal is straight up jail time and slow grinding is the only real flex. Yan Sol about Xiao passing her up. When bam, an arrow one-shots her dad. Some random goons pop out to jack their lifespan, ignoring that they're gonna be wanted criminals. Yan squares up, but before the creeps can touch him, they get deleted instantly. The boss's melon rolls on the floor, cause Shada just entered the chat. The losers respawn in town, super salty and confused about getting wrecked. They camp outside, plotting to get payback on the ladies. But the second they rush, a hex glues him to the spot. Some dudes roll up and read their rap sheets, exposing their kill-stealing and looting spree. Game over, boys. Turns out, these guys are bounty hunters. Cashing in. Meanwhile, Shadow uses a curse bloom to suck the bullies dry. Yan is totally shook and thankful, since, without his save, she and her mom would be toast. Shadow notices his sis's pal is chill though Yan's actually sweet and wholesome. He ghosts them without a word, leaving the mom. Girl stunned that the server's top player could actually be such a nice dude. Shadow hits the map marker and spots the game cops camping there, but he stays invisible and sneaks right past those noobs. The suits are gossiping, betting he's too chicken to show, but he mutes them and eyeballs the Ancient God tablet. He knows that rock gives gear a buff and a nerf at the same time. Sometimes the RNG even flips your whole class. He remembers some tea about the rank 7 player popping 7 tablets in a single fight to spawn a god's ghost and delete a legendary boss. Tablet bosses are famous for glitchy mechanics, like going invisible to insta-kill speedsters or spamming revives, cause the real summoner is camping somewhere else. Once clapped, these bosses respawn and go full rage mode. Shadow finds 7 bosses vibing in a circle and decides to see what happens if he nukes them all at once. He throws on the pendant of the faithful and summons a minion that gets wrecked instantly. All 7 mobs are level 10, with stats way buffed over gold tier, but 0 reflect damage. Shadow whips out his Dark Knight ring blade and spams a throat slash to wipe M, but he's salty when no loot drops. Suddenly, the 7 fuse into one giant unit covered in glowing ancient god runes. Shadow plays word scramble, decodes the boss's name. Ancient disaster god, you gotta hit the body parts in spelling order. That nerd study sesh finally pays off. He smacks every bit perfectly. The health bar yeeting the boss to a realm of stone slabs marked with monster glyphs. Shadow gets the gimmick. Match kills, 2 symbols. It's endgame time, baby. The suits are just yapping. Thinking that. Shadows lurking close, and the boss is raging hard. They peek and poof, boss gone. Just a massive crack. Classic Shadow signature. They wonder if a quake wrecked it, but nobody has a clue. Then Captain N pings them. Pack it up. Shadow already toasted the boss. The dudes are shook. How'd they miss Shadow, or a whole boss fight happening right next door? Meanwhile, Shadow's drooling over loot. Satisfied. Hit level 14 totally. Worth the grind. The boss's in greedy hand dropped 294 points, but the tablet is the real MVP. He knows the tech and that the feds won't clue in for a month. They're gonna take a massive L. It's the cursed tablet of the Calamity God, packed with Utos's gnarly mojo. The ability allows him to slap a curse on gear, giving one random buff and debuff based on RNG. Shadow mods his Black Flame leather armor, boosting the flame stack to 15 layers. It tanks the boss's defense and resistance straight into the negatives. Classic god tier item. The buff crushes the deep. The armor is cracked now. He then drops 210 points to legendary Evolve Shadow Slash. It's actually nuts. Every hit gives a shield equal to max HP, stacking 9 times for 60 seconds. Land all 9, his HP goes 10 times mode. Basically impossible to die. With this speed, he knows he'll hit level 15 soon. Then it's straight to Magic City. Back on the dead continent, Shadow sees Xiao getting bullied by the same jerks. They beat her till they're bored, then quit. Instead of ending her, they spit on her swollen, bruised body and bounce, thinking she learned her lesson. Xiao hasn't changed a bit though. Totally dense. She blames her bro for everything, claiming she didn't want to ditch him initially. She thinks he should have known. She's just a silly girl who says the opposite. Her silver lining, she inked a deal with the Night Temple. Survival is guaranteed for 3 years now. Even if it costs half her life, she bets she scale way faster than those bullies ever could. Xiao Yu hypes herself up. Once she grabs power, all her haters and her bro are gonna get wrecked. Tries a skull heel hack. Fails. Totally useless. Confirmed. Meanwhile, Cheney's camping ruins with her to foreign sin. Hiding in the debris, they peep a squad of new, getting absolutely schooled by a single boss. Chi-Chi thinks, 18 players for 1 boss. Pathetic. 0 respect. Just a bunch of useless NPCs to her. They camp till the boss is 1 HP, basically dead. Boom. Chi-Chi and her crew rush out. K's the boss, ninja the loot, and flex. 0 shame. Her squad's infamous chat's already blowing up about the mystery girl and foreign dudes stealing rewards. She thinks she's a goddess. Men are just pigs to frag. Her boy toy drops a thunder smash, wiping half the party. She slices the rest. Easy squad wipe. She thinks these new can't touch her. Not with her clout and confidence. Like banking. Smart ones cash out. Weak ones go broke. Even if they're anon, Daxia is getting too hot. Too risky to stay. Time to server hop. Safety first. Dipping early to North America. Plan set. Start a guild to hunt Daxia pigs. Names already locked in. Chun Chi-Chi flops down, acting super extra, and says, log off. Let's party. Killing's just a game. Shadow's done. Kapen texts. Deals locked. Sanctuary price. 1,500 life. Shadow thinks that's so slow. She bumps it to 2 grand. He takes Ishii was totally trying to rip him off earlier. He accepts, knowing she tried to lowball him. Smart girl. Shows up at the spot and then is strapped with gear. She's like, sorry about the loadout, but I'm carrying. Bosses didn't want her getting ganked with that much loot. Shadow laughs. They have no clue how OP is. Those guards, 1 combo away from swap done, grabs the key, bounces. Crowd's confused. What's this pricey sanctuary? Perfect timing. Right before his Magic City trip, burns all his life years to extract skills. Pulls his level 15 Mythic Assassin intuition. Legendary blade, epic stealth, the whole kit. Boom, all uploaded to the real world. Gear aside, his stats and skills are fully synced. His IRL stats just synced up with his in-game power level. Then ping, a system alert pops up screaming. His hunger and HP hit 90%. Time to log off and refuel. Wakes up nope, trapped in a cage with 2 goons staring. Hand over your lifespan or join the corpses. They bark, rude. Shadow doesn't even flinch. 0 chill. Slashes M with his blade, burns some skills, and strolls out like he just squashed bugs. But spamming abilities in the real world tanks his stamina. Regular snacks won't cut it anymore. First, wreck Shichi's crew. Next, snag that epic loot book. Not gonna be your cakewalk. Kichi's way sneakier than that noob Songfei. But since she put a bounty on his head, perfect bait. Down a whole noodle tub. Stomach still rumbling. Got a raid a buffet on the way to Magic City. Meanwhile, Chi-Chi's chilling with her simps. When Shadow he claims he just deleted. Confangan wants to meet IRL, to drop the loot and get paid. Chi-Chi ain't stupid though, she's sus. IRL is risky. Pics or it didn't happen, she replies. He hits back. Smartphone? Feds might track the signal. Chi-Chi thinks, paranoid, must be on the most wanted list. That makes him a bad boy rebel. She's intrigued. She drops in game chords, meet me there instead. Says she's prepping a little show to vibe check his loyalty. Shadow logs on. Definitely a trap. But he's bored, so why not? At the ruins, he spies Chi-Chi facing off against the cops. Standing on a roof, she's yapping while they scream surrender or get wrecked. She calls them weak pigs. Then, starts stripping. Distraction tactics when the cops panic and look away, totally flustered. Amateurs, but Shadow spots a glitch in the matrix. The lead cop is Sikachu Han, aka Skywalker. Dude's a massive traitor feeding intel to her guild. He usually dies in year 7. Shadow clocks it immediately. He and Chi-Chi are faking this drama just to test him. Help her, he becomes public enemy number 1. Help the cops? Chi-Chi ghosts him forever. 2 paths, 1 split-second choice. Sticking to his own master plan, Shadow whips out his blade and deletes the cops. Savage. Fight over, he steps up and says sup like a total boss. She's crushing hard, thinking Shadow is a total hottie. Only bad vibes. He's from Daxia, major turnoff. Her simp says hi, so Shadow unalives him. So dramatic. Chi-Chi's like, chill just a hello. And Shadow says, no drama. Native language, only from now on. He says, let's start, but tells her to dress up. Put some clothes on. She asks for the head. He says, got it. Just not in-game. Meet me IRL if you want to see. She's seen his hacks, so she believes him and pays. Shadow tries to dip to show he doesn't care, but she stops him. She asks for another team, cause she has a new target. And if he's down for coming over tonight, she'll make him feel real good. She's hinting at stuff, and Shadow gets the vibe. She logs off. Meet me at my place, by the docks. Shadow knows the spot. Skywalker responds. At base, he fakes being mad at Shadow for the betrayal, but is secretly hyped. He teamed with she. Free carries. He keeps acting salty. A friend, who also thinks Shadow is bad news now. Shadow shows up IRL in robes. She's there in red. She thinks he's just a emo person. Shadow asks, who do I delete? She ignores him to flirt. Let's enjoy the wine tonight. Shadow drinks it. When he looks woozy, she admits it's spiked. Whoever sips becomes her total puppet instantly. She gets thirsty and goes low until robe GUI finishes. But for she, zero fun. Feels like toxic waste burning. Real Shadow snatches her protection charm. She sees Chin Fong and asks, wait, aren't you dead? He says, only one answer fam. I am Shadow. She asks who she was with. Just a million-year-old zombie. She instantly bows, begging, I'll give anything. Don't end me. She offers to be his servant, but she's still super sus. Shadow ends her quickly in an instant gains 659 years of life. Only sad part, her foreign squad wasn't there to wipe too. Then he uses her phone to call the cops. Since she's famous, police swarm the yacht fast. Even Skywalker, her other game simp, is there. When they find her body, they freak out. Hyuna knows Shadow did this too. Skywalker pops his ult. Dead guys, last words. One touch reveals the killer's spot for 5 minutes. He swears he'll clap the perp. Dude instantly pings Shadow's location, and the squad goes full spray and Skywalker gets deleted instantly. Then the cops unload on Shadow. Team Cap yells, chill, and tells Shadow to show his face. Shadow's like, yo, you guys chill too. He explains Skywalker was a rat feeding info to Chi-Chi for cash. Total traitor. He says the receipts are saved. On the dead guy's phone, go ahead, check the chat logs. Cop scrolled the history. Shishi was the mastermind. IRL and in-game. Turns out, our edgelord was spitting facts. That earlier rampage, just a 40 chess move. Trick Chi-Chi, track her down in reality, and end her game. He even swatted himself to expose the mole. 2 birds, 1 stone. The cops are shook. This guy's a legend. They think. One lady cop sweats nervously because she totally shot at him earlier. To apologize, she straight up blasts her own leg. We're even. Just keep helping us. Okay. Shadow peeps the drama and respects the hustle. Her IGN is Late Night Rain. No wonder she becomes the big boss later. Meanwhile, back inside, the server, Xiaoyu, joins a new crew to farm mobs. Leader needs health, but she whiffs and heals the boss instead. After respawning, she cries, Shadow's fault. He's obsessed with me. Her party leader slaps her. Brr, that was Charlotte, the assassin. A platinum boss wrecked us while you buffed the enemy. He says he totally regrets inviting her. If I get stuck with her again, I'm raging. Suddenly, they noticed the boss aggroed and followed them. Zhao Yu can't log out fast enough. Wasted again. Rip. At a fancy mansion, some Karen is raging cause the cops didn't frag Shadow. They totally fumbled the bag on killing him. She screams at her cop mole. He wiped my clan. Why are you simping? For him? She is from that Donfang clan, Shadow wrecked. And she wants blood. While she's yapping, her son, eyes looking dead inside, says, he's got a strot to zero Shadow. You can't help. She sighs. You're under 18? No gaming allowed. I don't need a login, he says. I'll just use my big brain. Shadow's a murder hobo. We'll send bait to trigger him, luring him to a rigged fireworks factory. When he shows up to throw hands, we nuke the place. Everyone sees the top player get deleted. Mom thinks he's a genius. But nah, the kid's just a little psycho. So, back at the wrecked Magic City, Xiao Yu's squad gets wiped. Again. Spectators have zero clue how. They see nothing, so they figure it's gotta be Shadow. When more noobs get clapped, the mob blames him, and everyone swears he's griefing innocence with his maxed out stealth. Meanwhile, Shadow is totally clueless about the drama. He hits a safe beach, deploys his base, and watches it splash into the sea. Inside, Wang Ming texts about the hate. Shadow's like, bro, I was AF. He does some digging, finds the real troll. Headless assassin Charlotte, a platinum boss with invisible stealth. Wang Ming is basically begging for a carry. In town, Captain Safety is still salty. Shadow stole his thunder. Claims he can solo the boss, but his buddy says, chill and hide, man. Right then, he slips on a literal banana peel, and boom, his whole party is deleted in seconds. He survives, spamming dodge rolls, but Charlotte eventually wrecks him too. Enter Shadow. One stealth-breaking crit, and she's toast. Minutes before Shadow showed up, the crowd was roasting She aggroed the headless boss and kited it right to spawn. She sobbed that she did not mean it, but her fill plays exhausted everyone. They're done dying for her. The guild leader steps up and tells her she's trash at combat. New gig. Scouting safe houses, only find a gold spot. Get a reward of 3 years, lifespan. Snag a platinum one. That's 10 years. Privately, he knows. Hiring her was a massive mistake. But to keep her kicking, he tosses her 1 life day daily. Otherwise, she'd keep feeding. Xiao Yu's confused, while the other girls get jelly, thinking she's stealing there. Guild leader sees the boss drop and Shadow posing on the corpse. Suddenly, Xiao Yu starts floating away from her crew. Weird flex. Nobody knew what was up until 4 Titanium bosses spawn in the sky and box her in. Xiao Yu screams for Shadow, thinking he's her savior. Shadow finishes Charlotte with a flashy cut, totally ignoring Xiao Yu's drama. He mumbles a weak sorry before using greedy hands to swipe 120 days and skill orbs. Captain Ann pops up, again. Got more merch to sell? Shadow's sick of him. But hey, perfect timing for a loot run. He's down to guide them if the price is right, but says no girls allowed. Ann's gotta stay put. She thinks he's being protective. He bonks her head. Nah, that ain't it. Outside the Northgate ruins stands the Tower of Divine Authority. Epic loot inside. But the NPC hates ladies, bring one, and difficulty spikes hard. Ann stomped off while Shadow shot. Party invites to Wang M and his crew. They were nervous since Shadow usually rides solo. He power walked. Shadow inspected his bone-white blade emerald, a sick dagger. A buff doubling speed for 5 seconds on hit plus 30% evasion. He also looted the Shadow blade, a platinum weapon dealing dark damage within 20 meters. It was so up, he evolved it to legendary immediately. He looked back, his party was missing. They were 2 kilometers back, absolutely dying. Shadow and his Mentes finally hit the gold tower. He explained an NPC inside would drop a quest. The NPC was crafty. Show off too much and prices go up. Shadow decided to use only 1% of his power, letting the boys sweat to kill a golden boss. He turned to see Meng and his pal on the floor, gasping. Even so, Meng promised to clutch the win. Shadow liked the hustle. He told them the loot would be worth the grind. Use team chat so the NPC doesn't eavesdrop, he added. He didn't realize the boys were just asking for a sec to breathe. Inside, a glowing NPC floated there, just like Shadow said. The NPC welcomed them and announced that passing the challenge unlocked trading rights. Mang nervously asked about fighting. Shadow said, just listen to me. When it was time, he swore the fight would be chill. The boys were stressing, talking over each other. Shadow gave them a look, wondering how they ever won anything. Mang said a past accident made him super cautious. Suddenly, the NPC raised a hand and spawned a level 20 gold grade golem. The ground shook as the unit appeared. The boys were shook too. Their max level fight before was 11. Now they faced a level 20 boss. Mang yelled out a shield bash. The golem roared and hit back hard. Shadow stepped in, shouting orders. He called for a starfall shot and triple landing slash. The boys listened, and the combo chipped a tiny bit of the golem's HP. With the boss close, Shadow jumped into the fray. He yelled at the dudes to dodge that gross goo or get melted. Yikes, a total close call. Barely keeping their footing, Shadow whipped out his dark blade, slicing the rocky dude deep. Heavy crit. Phase to start. The mob got super tilted and mad. The squad whispered about the boss being totally OP. Asked how Shidonu. Better plays, equal way higher. Loot prices. Shadow smirked, like a fox, saying the game hid buried secrets. Real question is, did you grind hard enough to find M? The guys, zip it. Total silence. Final rage mode. Golem starts spitting straight fire. Shadow yelled, watch the clockwise spin. Also, dodge now. Oil plus fire equals instant toast in 3 seconds flat. They scrambled while Shadow barked orders at pop your invincibility and tank that fire, bro. When flames die, drop your O. Hit him with full burst. Max damage. Give him everything. GG easy. They wrecked that level 20 skull splitter, just like Shadow said. The gimmick, drop HP under 70% and it auto, Shadow explained. Dispel the rage. And he's weak sauce. Just a silver tier scrub. NPC drops from the sky. Ready to chat? He's like, pay up lifespan for the divine book, and we're good. Some noob points out, Wick the NPC has 6 fingers. Boom. He instantly aggroes on them. NPCs usually chill, but mention the 6 fingers? That's his taboo trigger. Even Shadow's like, nope, can't solo him. Truth is, these NPCs are timeline gods, farming player, lifespan. Wickel begs him to swap life for loot. Mang's crew is pumped. Lifespan buys IRL, survival mats. With those books, they're stocked up for ages. Shadow grabbed 9 volumes of the city's divine books. Costing 9,000 days. Worth it for daily grind. Next stop, Achievement Tower, for rep and divine power. He tells the NPC, send me solo. Hardest mode? NPC thinks he'd wipe on stage 1. Forget max difficulty. There's 5 tiers, and 5th is pure hell. Versus a gold obsidian golem with 500% stats. The boy's warn, 1 slip up and you're deleted. Bruh, Wikiel's like, if you lose, I'm taking your dropped life. Our boy says bet, and the NPC starts the run. Boss spawns with 500% buffs. He ain't scared. He fought 2000% buffs before Venom, dagger out, black flames pop. But Boas has 7% resist. Shadow boosts his speed 100%, 4-5 secs with Boneblade. Skill active. He rushes, shanks the boss, and ghosts. Uses graceful execution to slit the boss's throat. Even that mega hit flopped. Why? Boss dudes rockin' 64% resistance. Total tank. Shadow realizes his ancient god cheat code is offline. So without that black flame juice, his slash only hits 18,000. Weak sauce. But the squad's dude just deleted half the boss's health bar instantly. Even the NPC is shook, struggling to process this random human player's insane power level. Shadow trades 20% DPS to spam throat slash. Big damage numbers go boom. That wraps up the 5th tier. And bags max street cred for crushing the hardest difficulty setting. Plus, he snags the world first achievement for soloing that tower. Outside, the noobs are totally glitching out watching. The tower lights up. Yep, Shadow left him in the dust again. Typical. NPC guy is raging hard, screaming hacks, and wishing he'd charged more life. Flash. Shadow warps out of the tower like a boss. Mang's crew is hyped to be alive. Shadow's like, Cho, that NPC can't touch you. Then he sends them off to grab grub. They beg him to carry them again. Soon IRL. He burns 90 days of life to download 9 divine skill books. Worth it. Sitting on 106 years of life, he buys loot and a robo-maid. First order. Clean this messy room. Stat. Meanwhile in Shanghai, cops find a gross mutated body. Yikes. Looks like the same creeper who took out those other 2 girls. Smart villain dumps bodies right when the tracking skills expire. Sneaky. They decide to call in the pros to investigate. Some cops think Shadow did it since the kill times match his logout history. The chief shuts that down. Rumors ain't evidence. Rookies. He thinks Sham's just salty and chasing Shadow cause he got owned before. He tells him to actually solve the case. Officer Grumpy is not amused. Back at the creepy magic capital ruins, Shadow's camping the Ghost Academy. Platinum tier base with insane shields. He drops some life currency to start his own guild. Shadow. Costs him to 0.47 years. Cheap. He claims the base for his squad, unlocking a safe zone in Magic City. Now he can fast travel between cities like a pro. No walking allowed. He loots the place, but it's empty. Even the basement is a ghost town. Then he spots some Asura Hall creeps bullying a girl for her IRL address. Cringe. One goon says if she pays back 30 years and ... entertains them, they'll let her walk. Acting all shy, she says, okay, if they promise to release her. Psych. She throws a poison dagger, but the dude slams her with a golden cauldron. Oop. She smirks bye-bye right as a guy in front of her explodes. Sliced in half. She spins on the rest of them. Shadows lurking in stealth mode. Hey, I know that move. He thinks. She wiped them with her underworld blade. Now she's raging for revenge on Dong, peeping her blade of the underworld stats and the name. Ghost Shade. Shadow instantly clocks her as a top 10 assassin from his past life. Too bad she got doxxed for beefing with the CH. Totally friendless. She died, fighting, taking thousands down with her. Seeing her now, he figures he'll help delete this Udon fungi. The second she spots him, she goes aggro with the netherworld chain, thinking he's an enemy. He tries talking, but she ignores him, so he teleports behind Urbu. She jumps back and pops Shadow Dive, her stealth skill, vanishing instantly. He vanishes too, freaking her out since her detector is level 4. That's when she suspects this guy is actually Shadow. He appears behind her again. How can you see my stealth? She triggers Spectre Pursuit so her chains auto-lock onto him. You can't escape this, she yells. He dodges, thinking, cool trick, but kinda sloppy. As he closes in, she fumbles, binding herself with her own chains. Listen up, he tells the tangled assassin. If I wanted you dead, you'd be toast. Is this guy from Jang? She admits she married into the sea. Ah, that explains why he missed the guy while wiping out the Dongfang. Shocked, she's like, wait, you hate them too? Let's team up. He tosses her to the floor. We'll chat about teaming up later. Right now, tell me why you want this guy dead. He killed my mom drunk driving, she says. The Chews covered it up. Dad had proof, so they staged his suicide to silence him. I tried confronting them, but their goons beat me senseless. That's when I found this cursed game. She wanted him dead, but the cost was her entire lifespan. Then you sent hitmen after her. Desperate, she begs for help. He says, no, I'll give you anything. I'll serve you, be your minion, whatever, just help me. He refuses. Nah, you gotta take your own revenge. I'll help, but your gains depend on your own skill. How? She asks. Join my guild, he replies. Ghost Shade joins instantly. Go handle your class advancement solo. Find me when you level up. And with that, he's out. Deep Inspector Academy, he keeps her around for her crazy potential. In that spot he finds Stana, a mutated witch. Level 15, platinum grade. She's the boss here. He instantly unleashes his Dark Knight ring blade. Watching her phase 1 moves, he realizes only one of the 4 monster heads is active, so physical hits won't work. Now he's stuck having to spam his weak elemental magic. He whips out Shadow Blade to attack and Palebone Blade for speed. He manages to wreck that first head. Triggers phase 2, waking up the other 3 heads all at once. She throws crazy attacks at our boy, but he dodges every single one. Then he finally lands a massive critical hit on her. A second later, she's toast, and he bags 50,000 XP. He grabs the Ghost Academy key, hits tier 2, and boosts his stats. Plus, he scores a new perk, making his stealth totally attack. The big tier to glow up is finally complete. Earlier, Shade was outside the academy when the Hall goons brought backup. They are set to jumper, but she tackles them with a Shadow Dive. But they toss a flare grenade, blasting her backward hard. They move in to teach a lesson. But spot the poison, she's ready to pop. The boss admits she's sly, realizing she plans to self-delete and respawn. They almost grab her when a system alert suddenly pops up, saying the academy is shadow turf now, and kicking all randoms out. Just like that, the cleansing wraps up, and poof, everyone vanishes from her sight. She's shook. Shadow beat the boss and claimed the spot in minutes. After the win, he gets his paws on 2 shiny items. A witch ring boosting stats 30%, plus a sneaky level 5 poison trap. He also gets Evo points to upgrade his backstab skill to legendary status. That massively buffs his damage and keeps him alive longer. Then Shai deems him about some fresh ruins found in Shanghai City. It's got the same weird carvings they saw in the newbie village. When they clear it, a teleport circle shows up, but it's totally dead when they touch it. Since it's for the fated one, she figures that might be him. He's down to go, planning to sell her his gear. Right before he ports, she says sell to Modu, since Shanghai's broke on life. Later, outside Shanghai, Xiahai is chillin' when our boy jumps her, demanding the ruins cords. She points straight down the cliff below. He asks how she found it. Turns out she slipped off the edge and got snagged on a tree, saw it, and pinged Monk's crew to raid. Inside, she warns of a maze, but says she already cleared the mobs. He tells her to watch her non-tradable lifespan carefully. She gets the weird system, explaining there's a skill that drains real life if the non-tradable stuff runs out. Surprisingly, she claims they found a hack to refill it. They farmed mobs with non-tradable life and saved the drops for later. Totally hyped. He asks if Anu cooked up this hack herself. She nods. He already knew, though past life spoilers, Jino. Next up, glowing warp orbs. Shior taps one nada. It only vibes with the faded one. She dares him to try, betting it links to that old village. Boom! One touch, and he's warped straight to the ice. Tide Caverns. 0 signal. His quest? Guard the ice tide crystal. Pops, shadow dive. Stealth mode. If that crystal takes a hit, it blasts everything with ice. Tunnel mobs swarm in, desperate to smash the gem. One crack, and he's toast. Worse, no respawn here. Fail, and the loot is gone. He plants poison traps and buffs, range by 25% with the witch ring. Here comes the horde. Traps go off in stackial for a bunch of them. Staying stealthed, he stacks damage and wrecks mobs with ... BACKSTAB. Suddenly, a weapon flies at him, missed by an inch. He spots a zombie thing. A ranged attacker, that's new. Back at the ruins, outside the demon capital, Asura Hall faces their client. Dongfang Yu is livid. Leader won't hit Ghost Shade now that she's Shadow Guild. They tell her to go find another hitman, so she threatens to end him. Big mistake. Leader beats her down. Can't touch Shadow, but I can wreck you. Then he ends her. IRL. She's raging. Calls hubby to handle these clowns. Drops the info. Ghost Shade joined Shadow Guild. He's on it. Already paid Black Dragon Guild to wipe out Shadow. She hangs up, hyped, to destroy Asura Hall and Shadow. Revenge time. Back in game, Shadow deletes that mob. Ranged enemies. Whatever. One crit hit with the Shadow Blade, and they're gone. Guardian down. Quest, done to loot. An epic raid chest. Last one, gave him a killer skill. What's inside this time? That NPC pops out again. She's speaking ancient gibberish. He doesn't get by. Eyes of Judgment translates it. After the Chosen One speech, she finally coughs up the reward. It turns out to be Asahi's bell. Now he can summon her. Beat 3 challenges, and she moves into his base to upgrade his skills. He figures out that challenge 1 was level 5. This one's 15. Total luck. All thanks to Daedalus' RNG. Sweet loot time. He gets to pick a skill to power level right now. Since he can't just click upgrade like a noob, he has to brute force it with infinite EV. Still, he's gotta be smart about this. No pressure. He almost turns Shadow Dive into a mythical skill, but not. He decides to buff Graceful Release ... to max level. Instead, the other skills can wait. He can just pay with his lifespan later. Literally, boom, Graceful Release. Hits level 16. Right on cue, the exit portal pops up in front of him. Before bouncing, he spots extra loot in the chest. An equivalent exchange pack. Yoink! This bad boy lets him ... swap any trash skill book or gear for something actually useful of the same tier. Stoked about the haul, he sends a mental high five to Desi for the insane art. He heads back ... to find Chaya. Weirdly, she didn't level up and leave. She's just camping at the grind spot waiting for him. She lights up when she sees him and spills the tea. ... She stayed behind to watch his back. AEW playing bodyguard. He tosses her that skill book he found as a tie. She freaks out. It's a level 13 platinum magic shell, basically god mode for survival. She waves by all happy, and he logs off to grab some grub. Meanwhile, back in the wrecked city ... the Night Sanctuary crew is chilling at their new base. Boss Manchun is giving a speech. Finally, a safe zone to crash and save progress. He points out the MVP, who made it happen. Everyone goes wild. Shaya steps up, looking totally shook by the hype. She thanks the boss, the homies, and even the haters for the motivation. Class. Then she brings up her ... dead parents, hoping they're proud. Cue the Guildmaster asks, "So, how'd you find this spot? Any drama?" She tells them a dream. Warriors showed her the way. Everyone bursts out laughing. Yeah, right. She mentions another dream about a massive platinum hideout. More lols from the crowd. Boss still gives her 1 year of tradable life as a bonus, and says, "Keep dreaming, kid." Later, Shai heads deeper into the ruins, following her gut, or her dreams. Whatever. 3 shady guild members stalk her, thinking she's sniffing out more loot. Inside a wrecked building, the vibe gets super creepy. Surprise, a monster face jumps out, tentacles flailing from its mouth. Gross, she screams and faints. Total system crash. The stalkers watch in horror as the tentacles grab her and force their way down her throat. Her life clock drains instantly. The stalkers run for it, but the monster snacks on them too. Shia wakes up just to see the carnage. She tries to bolt but trips down the stairs like a klutz in a horror movie. She face plants at the bottom, then stops dead. There it is, the entrance from her dream. The platinum hideout is actually real. Shidi missed the boss. He's like, "Don't move." He invites her to the party and tracks her GPS. She chills out for a second until that creepy noise comes back. Big Ugly returns, hovering right behind. She spins, knees shaking like jelly, squeezing her weapon for dear life. "You got this," she lies to herself. No more weakling. She's a rare sacrifice priest. Now time to flex. Wham! She lashes out with gnarly poison vines. Bullseye. The adrenaline hits, and she doubles down. She pops a toxic skill, flooding the zone with green gas. Thought I'd finish it, but whoops, room's airtight. The gas bounces back, turning the chamber into a poisoned Dutch oven. Lungs burning, she panics and spams her detox spell. Saved, she thinks, until she realizes what she clicked. She healed the boss. Now she's tanking her own poison damage. She literally played herself to death. Respawned, she's met by the guildmaster, screaming, "Why are you back?" She throws out the classic, "It was an ambush" excuse. He realizes she dodged a soul-sucker mob. Yup, she beams. Seeing the game over screen coming, she'll just reset herself manually. The boss buys it. Actually genius, he admits. She grins, rejoining the squad, feeling totally pleased with herself. The 3 creepers following her, dead Karma's a witch. 1 week later, she brings the boss to the secret platinum loot cave. Bonos come in your way, he promises. Barking orders. Dodo locks down the perimeter. Anyone interrupts, delete them. Boss signals. Get in there. They rush the gate, it won't budge an inch. Totally solid. Dado keeps banging on it until he notices something weird. The door is the mob. He smacks it. Damage numbers pop up. Boss smirks. Easy loot, boys. Break it down. Everyone ults the gate. Meanwhile, Shadow gets a ping. Alert, your soul purification base is under siege. Durability, 99.3%. TP blocked. Intruder alert. They hit like noodles. He hops on his wolf and books it. Arriving nearby, he spots some extra drama. 2 jerks cornering a girl, one slashes her, the other guy roots her. Wrong neighborhood, trespasser, they sneer. Liar, she yells. Shadow pauses. Wait a sec. It's Yang, his co-worker who actually gave him lunch. Once he glares at the attacker's tags. Knight's Sanctuary. The same clowns banging on his front door. They bicker over the kill steal. Then Shadow strikes. Heads roll before their bodies even flop. Shayaya looks up, jaw on the floor. Total shock. She knows those eyes. She thinks. Shadow snaps, hitting her with a flower curse. Are you poof? He's gone before she can finish. Chin Fong eyes. Nah, she shrugs it off. Weird the thought, if he was Chin Fong, Sal, you wouldn't be a slave, RN. Bossman sucks up hard, blaming his looting goons. He's like, THX for schooling us. Remember the headless save? Since then, we stand your vibe, acting like the holiest guild alive. Why is he here? Shadow's like her jaw rating. Boss nods, then glitch. Shadow says, it's mine. Panic. Ain't your crib elsewhere? Shadow. I multitask. Got pads in Magic City and John High. Big flex. Guild realizes they trespassed on the king. Zhao Yu cries. Why didn't her dreams warn her? Bus panics, begging to fix this mess. ASAP. Shadow asks 500 years. Boss feigns dead away. Minion begs for a deal. Shadow. Zip it. New. Boss grabs Zhao Yu. Super salty she caused this mess. She admits it, begging to serve him forever. Shadow names boss. She worth 500 years. Boss rages, punching Zhao Yu into next week. Calls her a pick-me girl, chasing Shadow. She epic fail on her master plan. Boss begs. We ain't got 500 years. Shadow. 100 years, plus heads. Grim deal. Killing them fixes rep. Win-win for Shadow. Boss pays 100. Summons the victims. Shadow gets a ping. Fix costs 7 days. He takes it. 7 days gone. Crib looks brand new. Shadow frags. 400. Drops a level. Boss cheers. They were toxic anyway. Shadow makes him guard his base. Now, take turns. If it breaks, boss pays up. Boss nods, realizing they're stuck. Ping. Academy. Attacked. Shield 9.8%. Duh, it's his turf. Who's dumb enough to try? He vanishes. Boss yells back. Goons whine, but obey. He makes Zhao Yu guard. Enjoy your dream. Warns her. Leave and your life bar hits 0. Academy gate getting spammed. 51% left. 2 guys, watch. Who fights Shadow? Wild? Black Dragon Palette. Foreign noobs, maybe. Shadow watches. I don't even know him. They spam Black Flame and Demonic Dragon Break. Durability hits 13%. Hype train. They think grabbing 100 years of life is a cakewalk. Shadow bets Dongfeng you hired these clowns? Only he fits. Boom. A dragon spawns behind them. Cue. The panic running. Sky drops a meteor. Boss blocks to fire with his arms. Tough guy. Takes 3,000 damage. Laughs. Then Zaped. Flies off. Total panic. Boss is toast. Girl guesses. Shadow's here. Mob thinks he's got permanent visibility. Shadow steps up. It's Jung Jin. He knows that face. IGN 10 miles of green mountains. The only soul painter. Rare loot. That dragon and meteor? Yeah. She doodled those. Painters draw skills. Op defense and team fights. But solo. Trash. Tier. She yells. Yo. Shadow. You around? Needs the base for a class upgrade. Willing to pay big bucks. Shadow recalls. Her and Gramsel Jang were top streamers back then. Game dropped. Gramps made Skydome. Top 10 guild now. Shadow was a total fanboy once. Gates open. Get in here. Let's chat. She enters. Shadow's chilling on his throne. Speak. My class needs rare mats found here. She spilled. She heard he sold a hideout for 2,000 years of life before. Since her upgrade costs a ton. ... She wants to straight up buy the academy. Shadow gets it. Skydome is rich. But he refuses. No dice. First floor is yours. Whenever. Free entry. She insists on renting instead. 500 years for a 3-year lease. She really wants to pay. Shadow clocks it. She just wants a connection. To prove she's legit, she adds a bonus. I'll help wipe Black Dragon Palace. Those scrubs outside. Shadow smirks. Need Gramps' approval for that. He listens to me. Besides, they're weak. Easy wipe. She's bold. Shadow digs it. Deal. Contract signed. He gets 500 years of life. Use the floor. Magma fixes the barrier. So go wild. She nods and bounces. Alone, he thinks she's feistier than on stream. He heads to the warehouse. Exchange cooldown. Done. Activating Barfich's ability. Poof. Item swaps. Intel training. Gone. Hello Crimson Fang. Emerald tier. Assassin skill. Sick dagger move. Limit breaks. Charge up and flip battles instantly. 4,800 damage. With buffs. Over 100,000. Has 5 Evo points. Spends 500 to evolve a mythic skill. The effect cuts down the lifespan drain. Being 90% invisible. Zero stress on rage mode. Level 17. Check. Rockin' sharp will. Flimsy gloves. Ghost boots. And a damp ring. Full emerald drip. Well, except the pants. Rip. Noob gear looks trash. So he swaps back to that edgy shadow skin. Time to bounce. Next hideout. Let's go. Meanwhile, at Magic City, guard brings 4 sellers. Kinda a flop turnout. Buddy gripes. But hey, nobody's selling their lifespan these days. Cars park, and the sellers hop out at the fancy mansion. Dude sees the crib and knows the owner's absolutely loaded. Hoodie girl heads in to ping Lady Dong. Dongfang shows up. Drop the life orbs on the floor. Scrubs. One guy's like, show me the cash first. She goes full ice queen. Obey or die. Cue the guns. You're robbing your own kind. They yell, and boom fights start. Dude pops his hidden class. Insect manipulator. Buffed bugs swarm out. He yells, loot everything she's got. Squad unleashes that. Platinum dash tier. ... Golden dome. Bullets just bounce off. Cheat code enabled. Then they hit M with a groundquake. Earth goes boom. Bullets flying, but this one guy slips past. ... Dodging, like a pro. Finger blasting laser beams. Secret class revealed. Weaponless gunslinger. His fingers are the Glocks. Guard freaks out. We got a class wielder here? Ghost Shade stealth rushes in. Too fast for the naked eye. She beelines right for ... DONGFANG, jumping for the kill. But nope, whiffed it. Big guy appears, catches her midair, and yeets her away. Buff dude steps up, giving Dongfang a heads up. Yo, there's an invisible rat sneaking around. Don't kill him, she screams. I need infinite batteries for my son. Muscle Man runs the numbers. ... 50-50 shot. He jumps in. Defenders whispering. He spots their iron head skill. ... Tanking bullets. Definitely life-stealing bandits. Surprised they're alive. Maybe this fight won't be boring. He talks trash, but suddenly ... Drone Shia zooms in at 200 kilometers an hour. Backstab, attempt. He senses it, ducking low, just in time. Catches it, snaps it with his feet midair. Savage. Stands up tall. My barrier sees everything. Loosers, his hidden class, plague source. Nasty. He jumps up, air getting all violent and weird. Bandits panic spam, their iron wall defense. Air cannon smash, heel to the skull, and he is out of here. Blast him. They yell, freaking out as he charges in. Dude flips through the bullets like a ninja. Gunner laughs. Nowhere to run. Then eats a sonic grenade. The noise shreds. The air, melting faces. Blood sprays from his ears, and he drops. Total rookie mistake. Noob levels can't tank a beat that drops this hard. Last bandit tries to bolt but gets palmed by the face. He's shaking, begging. Relax, the guy says. Not killing you. Dongfang needs slaves, and you fit the bill. Plus, my bug already snagged your invisible buddy. Guys, confused. Invisible. We roll solo. Man, my crew is wasted, and that creeper in the ride was just a salesman, not our squad. Shadow creeps into the crooked magic tower. Ruins. Ghost mode. No bouncer. At the door. Someone's already crashing the party. He checks out the huge, 3-dimensional book, maze spiraling inside. Legend says a cursed dragon princess runs this joint. Strolling through, he sees the loot is totally gone. Remembers the warp cheat? Pulls a book to trigger the elevator. Zap, top floor. Crew fighting the Despair Princess. Crazy they made it here with those Nerf guns? Then he spots a chick in the back. Click. That's fakey heavy industry. Hangin swapped her cash for lifespan and made her staff grind inside. Hoyens, a portal spamming mage. Drops to warps so the team can bounce back and forth. One at spawn, one at boss. Cheeky. Die respawn. Rush back. Zombies. That exploit is why her guild hit the top 20 in his old life. But versus a platinum level 8, no chance. Boss vacuums lifespan 100 times faster, turning it to muscle. It'll go emerald mode and wipe the guild, so Shadow steps to hang. To deal thousands of years, an assassin, loot if he slays the boss for them. She clocks him. You guys are toast. He warns, hire me or get out. Simple. Her kid rages, but mom puts a lid on it. Kid tries it anyway, so Shadow drops him and nukes the portal. Huang's, salty, roast my kid, cool, but wrecking the portal. Nah fam, spill the tea. Shadow just drops his big brain play to stop noobs from feeding the boss. He knows, the mob's bout to go emerald mode soon. Clapper squat, but that fancy loot is all his. Just then, Gaucher D Mizim, Dung Fang's chords. He's like, bet, catch you at the bone zone. He links up later and asks about her op stats. She's like, dude's a melee fighter with a gross gas skill, plus, and Shadow knows it's plague vibes. He bets the guy's gotta rock a tier 1 ring to sniff her out while sneaking. Plague types, he'll like hacks. Basically, she asks, does this cheater have an off switch? He says buff bod equals weak mind cause of thirst. Also, tells her to upgrade that blade skill ASAP. This move lets her cast illusions, super effective on dumb enemies. That's the strats to get the dub. He says, level up or no payback for you. She's sus of his info on her build, but he just asks if she actually read her skills. Chill. She gets why he's OP and decides to copy him. He says grind at the graveyard for fast X, but the mobs, here are elites with triple health bars. Just crit the weak spots and she'll clutch it. She's totally shook by his power level. He says full send or no revenge. She realizes revenge triggers his rage mode too. Meanwhile at Shanghai she is gassed from looting. Eats a fruit. Yummy? Plus 50 XP freebie. Sees a trail, gets greedy, and chases the snacks. Xia gets a ring. From Anu, go to Kos, Niang's caught. Help, she says bet and checks. The map she's close. News picking her up. Walking and snacking. She calls Nang a dummy. Only popular cause of his dad. Honestly, sees a chunky thing off the cliff. Boss maybe. Then spots Nang chilling right there. It's a soul devourer. Level 20, emerald mob. She's shook as it snacks on other mobs. Even worse, it turns him into gross meatballs. Anu slides in, asking about the boss. Both are totally grossed out but chill since no one's hurt yet. They decide to camp out and watch. Still, they're sweating. Can they wreck this emerald beast or do they need the squad? Suddenly, they spot the monster squatting weird and realize it's taking a dump. Xiaoi gags, recognizing the plum she was snacking on earlier. It was straight up poop. Then the boss spots him and casts a gluttony hex. Thanks to that hex, everyone gets angry and starts wolfing down the monster's meatballs. She is confused why she's the only one not losing her mind. She freezes as the boss gulps down Niang in one bite. She gets it. The beast fattens players up just to eat him later. She instantly pings Shadow for backup and screams about the mess. Shadow was hunting that mob anyway and swears he's on his way. He's already got keys to 3 platinum bases in Magic City. But he gotta wreck this mob fast before the princess levels up. When he pulls up, screams that Mung and Anu are already lunch. Then the beast dumps again, and out pops Niliang. So nasty. Shadow though knows this creep's deal. It's a minion of the ancient glutton god. It forces players to stuff their faces till they're fat snacks. The only cure, eating its nasty poop. He realizes Shia definitely ate it, but is too shy to admit it. She begs him to save the squad. Like, right now. He jumps, feeds it its own poop, and makes it puke out the friends. Then he hits a slick shadow slash, cutting right through its hide. Finally, he pops his ultimate skill, Crimson Blade, dealing millions of damage in one hit. Boss drops. He's the first ever to solo an emerald mob. Everyone is totally shook by the news. Someone claims Shadow is in Daxia cause his fam's from Han Nation. Meanwhile, our boy equips the Soul Devourer bloodline. Basically, it's a system where you steal skills from dead mobs. He uses it to eat class skills and buff his stats. Another skill is Maw. A mouth eats enemy, shots, heals him, and tanks damage. He uses the skill to buff his stats. Then he spots a bronze drop, Poison Blade. He eats the blade but only gets 0.3 strength. Way too weak for him. He realizes it evolves, drops 242 points to make it legendary. Boom! His strength jumps by 2 points. He's super hyped on this skill, since Soul Devourer means his stats gone spike hundreds or thousands of times past a normie, making him total god mode.